the need to adapt to challenges, the need to have a collaborative working environment.
And you're going to hear this word a lot today because it's true, is collaboration. The collaboration that Matt and I have.
What we've done in the past couple of years together, there's conviction and there's collaboration to dig in and reflect and say why.
When you can collaborate.
I think it's the way they collaborate. We think that their collaboration will result in the right decisions. The leadership, the collaboration, the adaptability, again, the collaboration.
It's the collaborative relationship that Matt and I have.
So when you look at the whole product and the collaboration,
it's a collaborative effort.
Again, I've told you about the collaboration and nothing's changed there. So it's been a great collaboration.
I know we keep on using the word collaborative, but it's so real.
It's over, Johnny. It's over!
She agrees with the decisions that we've made. She's pissed off.
Fuck out of here, Ted.
The following show is for mature audiences only. Tri-City Sports.
Watch the tape, and when you see the tape, you know the tape doesn't lie, and the tape doesn't lie.
Former teammate Olin, we're having a little debate on Sam. Where's your stance on this offensive line, and what have you seen from them?
It's been up and down. I mean, just with the whole COVID thing and the injuries of Jenkins in the beginning and Brown in the beginning of the season, but I think they're surprising me in some ways where they got better. Despite so many people being hurt in training camp, that was a big issue. Like you had all these bodies and they were looking good, and you saw a lot of youth, and then all of a sudden injuries just started happening left and right. And I think there's a bright spot there, obviously. But they just, the Bears, the way this season has ended, they seem to kind of screw up the vision of what you have. I had a vision of these young tackles getting the reps, and it was going to be hard to kind of get Jason Peters out as well as he was doing.
Right.
But by football gods, he has an injury, which it wasn't nothing too serious, but allowed Jenkins to get in there. Now you got Jenkins, now you got Brown. You want to see these guys, regardless of the mistakes, you want to see them get these reps. These are important reps, especially your rookie year, to be able to get this. And then all of a sudden, Brown goes with COVID, and then he's back, and then you decide to go with a Fetty. And I just don't understand the reasoning, the thought process, and it makes you look at the whole realm of the organization. Nagy supposedly on his way out. We haven't heard anything from Pace. What he's been missing in action, MIA tucked underneath the rock. You don't see anything of the guy. So you ultimately think somebody on top is going to make these decisions. Like, hey, play these young guys. I don't care about a Fetty getting. Maybe it was because he's going back to Seattle. I don't care about that. I'm looking at what's best for the organization, and that just kind of blew me when I think you had something as far as just kind of building towards next year. At least one thing we knew, we had 5 guys up front for next year. They're going to be our future, possibly. Obviously we got contracts coming with Daniels and the question mark with Mustaford in the middle. Is he going to get better? Is he like things of that nature. But at least you knew you had a line that you had a vision for, that you could have ended the season with that line. You going into the next year, the next offseason. And that's huge. To be able to say, okay, I got Jenkins at one of these tackles, Burrows at one of these tackles, Daniels, Whitehair, Mustipher. At least in the season that way, you know what you got going into the offseason. Like, you know, that's a nucleus you can build off of. Of course, they mess it up, you know. So, but I do
can't figure it out.
And I think Juan has done a great job. I mean, just, you know, what he's been able to work with. I think you have to take all things in consideration. I mean, some of that,
Steve knows.
You got, I mean, some of this you got to listen to what people are saying, and it's clear as day. You got your so-called professional analysts who are saying these same things. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's clear as day. Shayne has said, but sometimes they take the other road, and I'm hoping once we take this road of getting the right people. There's so many qualified. Let's get your head down. Let's get our football ops. Let's get him in there. Now let's go get our general manager. Now,
exactly.
And so on and so forth. And
I would be all for what Shayne's talking. I mean, that's all I've been saying. Obviously, your former teammate's been my guy before anybody's talked about it. Just having Olin in there, and I know it's become a kind of people jumping on that bandwagon, but I believe in Olin, the person to be in charge of finding the right GM and helping find the right coach for this organization that has been hamstrung by the pussification of the Chicago Bears, is what I call it. And the fucking Tevin Jenkins situation.
Yeah.
When he goes after the fucking guy in Minnesota and a Fetty comes over there, what were your thoughts on that in real talk?
Well, let me tell you, the first person who contacted me was my brother, a fellow offensive lineman.
Yes.
Nastier than me. He reminds me like of an Olin type of guy. Just didn't care on the field. And he saw that, and he's like, "Did you see that?" I must have walked away. I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "You got to see, you know, Jenkins got in the kid's face, and Fetty snatches him up like, get out, you know." And I was like, "Okay, I had to see this," and I saw it. I was just like, "What?" I'm like, but you know, then I go to like, you know, I guess Daniels and Whitehair are not really leaders. I guess that's one thing. I mean, is anybody just jumping up in there? And this kid jumped up to be the leader, and then you had this veteran come get in his face. You know what I mean? Like, so that leadership, like, they need a dog like they need a dog like Jenkins, man. He's got wants to be fiery, and it's going to have.
Do you think it's a fucking brotherhood? You guys you guys move in concert. You guys go to the cafeteria. You guys sit down the same way that you line up on the field. That whole
dinner,
thing. But you know when the running game is rolling, when you're connecting on deep balls, the crowd is going. You get that fucking swag, and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna defeat this motherfucker across the line from me each and every time we line up. And with these guys now, it's like Jermaine Fetty's like, "All right, man, no, don't get physical. No, come on, Rook, come on, Rook."
You have to have an edge, man, and just thinking about the O-line and going back to that one more time, just how we were. Yeah. We had an edge, you know, regardless of. Now we could tell, you know, I always said we had good lines when I was there. We just didn't have the quarterback or the skill positions to get the job done. We could run the ball into them 9-10 man fronts. It didn't matter. We had this certain mindset that we knew it was on our back if we were going to have any type of success, because we had to play without a quarterback. We knew we had to run. Right. When we had Jonathan Quinn in there, we knew we had to run the ball to win the game and let the defense win. Offensively, we had to run the ball all the way down the field and score running the ball. And we were like, you know what? That's what we on. That's what we're going to do. And there's something about getting on the roll when we just start gashing people. We just dominated them. We just know we got them. I'm like, we come back to, we're sitting on the sidelines. We're like, man, we got these dudes. They on the skates right now. We got them on skates. Let's keep rolling. We all
impose your will on them.
Yeah, coming off the ball. And it's the type of style of plays. We're going straight downhill. Power. Duo, counter. outside zone, inside zone, not all this jet formations, pitching side to side, lateral. Go up the field. Let's get physical. Let's get 2-on-1. Knock this dude off the line of scrimmage. Let's get up to the second level. Let's roll, gashing. And this offensive line is not quite built that way. I don't know if they. It's going to be a lot of things. Because once you start getting that person in there, you're going to start seeing the transformation of this roster. After probably you'll start seeing some things this year, but then like next year you'll start really seeing what's what. Like.
Give me some fucking names. Give this kid 2 fucking games. Give me some fucking names.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
I was trading up. 100.
Yes!
What?
Here it is! Just reported.
Stick no competition.
Keeping it 100.
The people drop off, but we still keep rocking.
I know we need to run the ball more. I'm not an idiot.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Open competition.
Keeping it 100. The smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The 2 dudes that kept it real. The dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man at Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shayne's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shayne got some haters. But now they're mouth stuffed like the true and now and latest. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks strolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shayne. 100's what we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the armchair. The tape never lies, the truth, you see. We laugh, we lie, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a sad nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Hard crash, big impact like Max Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun debt. We're back better than ever and we're keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100, baby. Keeping it 100. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100, baby. Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Draft Dr.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Money Man Marsaw.
This is Claudia the Barber, and this is Shy City Sports, keeping it 100. Listen, after a dominant win against the Giants, we get to have another bye week. That's right. We get to say bye-bye, Matt Nagy, next week. Let's do this. We got another great show for you tonight. We got friend of the show and self-proclaimed sexiest man at TTNL, Mikey Tenerelli, coming on the show. So let's bring on the boys. There he is. Let's bring on the boys. Shayne, the smartest
Give
man,
me some
Marsaw.
fucking names. Give this kid 2 fucking games. Give me some fucking names.
Yes.
We got to
Give
start
him
it off
some
the right
fucking
way.
names,
We got to
baby.
start it off the right way, guys.
Breaking news. The tape never lies. Network breaking news.
$3 years, $37.5 million, Chucky Leno gets paid tonight.
Speed bump Charlie
And they're-
keeps stealing.
No, they're breaking news. They're changing their name. Washington Walruses.
Yeah.
They're changing their name to. I just found it out. Breaking news.
There you go, Claudia.
37.5 million.
Wow. Listen,
Well, hey,
injures their quarterback, gets paid. It must be nice. It's like a fucking weatherman. Could be
BFF
wrong all the
Brad's
time.
Partying in the city tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he'll be partying, just like this guy.
She agrees with the decisions that we've made. She's pissed off.
Fuck out of here, Ted. Man, that guy was fired up on Sunday.
Fuck out of here, Ted. Ted turning and looking like, yeah. This is, listen, I'm nervous because we are dealing with the Antiques Roadshow. That's what it fucking is. They can't fucking figure it out when it's wrong. It's like that kid who tells you fucking Sbarro is a fucking great pizza. It's like, what are you talking about? Remember Michael Scott drove all the way to New York to get Sbarro? That's his spot. That's what the Chicago Bears are to football right now. And again, happy birthday, Virginia Halas
99.
McCaskey. But she's been part of the problem handing it over to the Suns.
She's pissed off, Phil. He
She's
told
so
you that.
pissed.
He told you that 10 years ago.
I'm
or
sure the
whatever it
guys
was.
who fucking invested in the arcade are pissed too. They can't fucking get tokens filled anymore. Everything they've ever done is late. It's late to the show. How about this guy today, Shayne, telling me fucking the McCaskies hired Nagy?
Yeah, I saw that. Oh boy,
Ryan Pace hired Nagy. Let's just get that
100%. Yeah,
Ryan Pace drafted
was his-
Trubisky.
that was
Ryan
his
Pace
first-
signed Glennon.
Yeah.
Ryan Pace.
So-
We could continue on. There's no Ted and George don't do anything with football, they said, except hired Pace. They hired Ernie Accorsi to find John Fox. That's the only thing that Shayne, you and I could say historically that Ryan Pace probably
Look who we got
was
in the
forced
chat
into.
room, Phil.
Wow.
Look at this guy.
Wow. Cam Beige.
wow.
It's not beige. Cam.
Good to see you. Good to see you,
Good
man.
to see you, Cam.
Cam, welcome back to Keeping It 100. Welcome back to the chat room and in true TTNL fashion. Oh, I'm not gonna do you dirty like that. I'm kidding.
Cam, I don't know if you knew this, but Robert Quinn, the guy the blog boy said sucked last year, and this network was defending him and putting our reputation to it. You'll see when he's actually fucking healthy. Watch the fucking tape. Instead, broke Richard Dent's sack record that stood for over 25 years. These guys will tell you the best abilities is availability. Sign Leno again. Sign Leno again. The PFF. Oh, Maron. Imagine if we were building this team. Remember that night
Love
the
to.
Vikings and Bears played, where Matt Nagy was at his most maniacal we've seen him. He's in the ref's face.
Yeah.
Fuck, Jenkins is pushing people and Ifedi's calming it down. No one wants to fight. No one wants to be in a battle here. That's the pussification of the Bears. Finally, Coach Nagy got pissed. Maybe they held his personality down. That's on him. Like, you have to be the personality of your team. The team is a reflection of the head coach. Guess what? I think one writer, I can't remember who wrote it. I want to say David Haw. And I'm not a big David Haw fan, but I'll try to get him on the show and tell him that because I haven't agreed with him. But I did agree, and I believe it was him, that he said Matt Nagy was hired to come here and build an offense.
Made it worse.
He made it worse, right? Exactly. And in his presser the other day, not today, Monday, after the game, all he did was talk about defense and not getting turnovers. because it's a shoe salesman gig. Vic Fangio did what he did. That's why he was coach of the year. The defense isn't your instrument, Matt. You decided that. That's why you wanted to call plays. Big plays are nice. And it's unfortunate that we're going to be breaking all this stuff down, debating with people. We got our first guest lined up.
Early. He came in early.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Hopefully she's not saying that for him, because I know this guy's engaged. That's not how you want to start out a marriage, Claudio.
Yes.
Let's go, Jenkins.
That's confirmed from Adam Schefter also.
Give me a tackle or give me death. Now, there's two things in that drop that's so important here before we bring Mike on. Shayne says it's confirmed by Adam Schefter, not Austin F., the Bears blog, or any of these fucking guys that think they're, oh, I'm the fucking answer to the clues. And sources. I have sources. I have more sources than they have sources. And mine are very small. So just like me, I beat you to the joke. But the reality is everybody could be a source. The only fucking person, like today, Matt Nagy lied. He knows they said what he said, right?
I'm a pretty good source.
Yeah, he's a better source than Austin and the Bears blog. Matt, are you going to be fired?
I'm a pretty good source.
Yeah, he's a good source. We're going to get into all this stuff. I'm getting fired up right out the gate. 88 out the gate. I'm so excited. Keeping it 100. TTNL. Almost 1 year and a half. Here we are. Not 2 years yet. 1 year and a half, Shayne. Unbelievable numbers, subscribers.
Claude's just jacked up. There's one game left. It's
That's
vacation
Season's
mode.
over.
Claudio looks like he could be a bullfighter right now, the way he's got his mustache, and he could be out in the ring.
He's gonna go
like
fight
Spanish.
He's gonna go fight those girls at Dunkin' Donuts across the wall.
I am.
Turn the
Don't
music
turn the
down.
fucking music down.
Listen, we got our first guest. He's in the city somewhere. I don't know where, but he's somewhere in the city. He's also a former player, friend of the network. You know him from The Bachelorette. He's a reality superstar, a Instagram sensation. And Claudio, as you said, he believes he's the best looking guy on TTNL. Here he is, Mikey Tenerelli.
This guy was a contestant on the 9th season of The Bachelorette.
Well, isn't that special?
He was eliminated in week 5. Sounds familiar? Detroit Lions fans? Bears fans? TTNL fans? Get up and hand your final rose over to Mikey Tenerelli.
Oh,
Yo.
there he is.
There he is.
Yo, can you do yo?
He does it better than Claudio.
You
There's
do it better than
there's
Claudio.
No 3
Just
second
launch him.
dramatic pause with nothing coming out like Claudio does every single week.
So
What's
listen,
up, fellas? Glad to be back. It's been a while.
There's
Yeah.
former friends of the show as you're coming on. Vincent's sharing this. Are saying Todd Bowles. Now, Shayne said Todd Bowles back in October on this network, thinking, where would the future lie? I just wanted to make sure, because, Mike, as you know, as a friend of the show and a friend of the network, we've been all over this shit. People, I think my boy Brandon Livingston said it best today, and I really thanked him publicly. Like, these writers are fucking printing shit that we've been saying for over a year, all coming out now, everything we've been saying. So here we are on the precipice of what this network stands for, firing Nagy. And what are your thoughts here? Obviously, you're a former player. You know what it's like. I mean, me and you have been step for step in a lot of this, but the Nagy go obviously is gone. But do you want Pace going with him as well?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no other option. I mean, you've seen I just jotted down a couple of stats. I know stats are for losers, but in this case, they're on our side. So Ryan Pace, 7 years with the Bears, right?
Yeah.
414 winning percentage, 0 playoff wins. He drafted 2 Pro Bowlers. Okay, drafted, and those stats speak for themselves. Because how do you keep a guy like that? I mean, if you want him and Ted to collaborate their little asses off and worry about Arlington Heights, that's fine. But if he's involved in anything that has to do with football, I think it's a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Can anybody guess the 2 Pro Bowlers that Pace drafted?
Cohen and Jackson.
You heard it too. Damn it, Shane.
That's all.
What's
my nickname, man.
Yeah, and
That's what I
and
do.
I'm not the self-proclaimed best-looking guy either, by the way. Thanks, Claudio. I appreciate
it. Patron 222,
Yeah,
Mr. Ryan Pace. We've been trying desperately to get him on the show. He's probably watching tonight. I'm sure he's got a big bowl of laughter. He's been here for 7 years. It's amazing when you think about it. Obviously, we can go down the mistakes. Forget the Pro Bowls drafted. I'm trying to think of the positives. Was it Phil Emery or was it Ryan Pace that got Akeem Hicks?
That was Ryan Pace.
So Ryan Pace, that'll be a check in his box.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack trade, I think I would still do that today.
Oh,
so that's a double. And I see a lot of let's stay on the Khalil Mack thing real quick because we're moving to the offseason. Same shit I said about Robert Quinn is going to stand for Khalil Mack. If you're a fan of football and a network and you're just a blog boy fucking fantasy land guru, your take on Khalil Mack is that, we can trade him next year and we got Robert now. You were the same fuck that said Robert Quinn sucked. Know the game of football. Khalil Mack is what every offensive coordinator is game planning against. He's the best player on the field every Sunday when he's there. He was not healthy, playing hurt for 2 years, sacrificing his body. You guys wanted fucking Leonard Floyd out there, you fucking dumbasses. You're sitting there arguing with tape. How do you argue with tape? You have to be some fucking nerd with an agenda and a math equation. Doesn't work like that. Khalil Mack is going to dominate next season. And when you have Travis Gibson, a young buck, Robert Quinn, and Khalil Mack, that is whatever head coach.
Well, that's what's going to give you relevancy next year.
Exactly.
There's
Any
going to be
coach coming in here is like, we got pass rushers and a young quarterback. Okay. So all these little fucks that are writing these power rank Jaguars. Who fuck wants to go to Jaguar? Go down the list. The Raiders or Bears? Come on. Let's fucking figure this out in truth. Not with the radio guys and not with the bullshit. I had to go on a mini rant, Mike, because the Khalil Mack narrative is so forgotten. Like, he's the reason you went to the fucking playoffs in
Phil, I had a guy
2018.
on, I believe it was on Facebook, tell me that defensive coordinators don't have to game plan for Khalil Mack anymore. I was just like,
oh my
what
God.
are we? I'm like,
how do you feel? You know this,
here?
And I'll know the answer. It'll be quick. How do you game plan if you're an offense against Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack? What do you do? What's the plan?
That forces you into terrible situations. The thing that everybody forgets is that what we said, we're watching the tape. Then I know players on the team telling me, Phil, and a former player went out of his way when he left to say, Phil, there's 2 guys that shouldn't even be fucking playing. This is 2020 now. And it's Khalil and Robert. They're just going out there and trying to show leadership, but they're fucking injured. Then Khalil takes the break, tries to come back, finally gets this, the things he needs. So let's just think about what Mikey's saying here, because 2 healthy edge rushers, this is like what you had when you were winning championships. Anybody fighting that Khalil Mack isn't game planned for has no fucking football acumen. These guys are just getting clicks or whatever they're doing on NFL Network and it was like Kyle Brandt defending Matt Nagy. It's like, what are you fucking doing? You think these fans have had enough? You think we're dumb? It's ridiculous. And Khalil Mack, I've shown many times, Mike, as you could see, and I do it on the patron side. We go on defense. This guy was leading the NFL when he got hurt. Leading the NFL in sacks when he got hurt. That's your big go-to stat. So he was, and then he was done. He shut him down and decided to get healthy. Good for him, because he's deserved it. Because I'll tell you right now, the former player went out of his way to tell me that shit, and not because he was defending Mac, but was so crazy that he could even be out there playing. So healthy Khalil Mack returning next season is a selling point, not something you're trading away to get more picks for John Wood. And let's trade David Montgomery too. Like, what? You are giving away foundational pieces for the possibility of a real head coach coming in here. That's not how it should be. So I'm sorry. I had to get on the Mac thing because it's fresh in my head.
So right. I mean, when you talk and same with you, Shayne, it's like you guys are speaking my mind all the time. It's how do you even talk about trading a guy like Khalil Mack? Mack and Quinn, if I'm correct, they're in their early 30s, correct?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, Mack is 30 and Quinn, I believe, is 31. Yeah.
Now they've had injuries, right? Maybe it's age. Maybe it's just because they're just unbelievably explosive.
Pass
players.
rushers age well. That's the thing in the NFL. If you look at them,
Look at Richard Dent, Trace Armstrong. We traded him. He ended up going to lead the league in sacks with the Raiders, for God's sake. He was like 35, 37.
They easily got 4 or 5 more years of high level playing. I'm 39 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life. Okay. Yep. At 31, 32 in the NFL, when your entire job is just to play football, when you have a nutritionist, when you have a strength and conditioning coach, when you have all that, these guys are on the top of their game. If you even consider getting rid of 1 or 2 or any of those guys, those 2 guys are just as much of a selling point in my mind to a new head coach as Justin Fields is. Honestly, I know it's a quarterback driven league and I know the quarterback's the most important position in football, but if you're Jim Harbaugh, if you're, Todd Bowles, whoever, knowing football, knowing you have those 2 guys on your defense, it's just how could it not be enticing? And then also to what you said, Phil, all these articles are coming out and all these people are talking and they're ranking the potential cities that are going to have a head coaching vacancy, and Chicago's at the bottom of the list. How is Chicago in any world at the bottom of the list? We talk about it all the time. It's the second or third biggest sports market in the country. The Bears are beloved beyond belief. If you win with the Bears, you're God. We talked about Michael Jordan. We talked about all that, and win a Super Bowl, go to the playoffs, have a good a good team for 5 or 6 years that's constantly winning. You're on a pedestal like none other in this city. None other.
Yeah, you're going to see, we've talked about it here, you're going to see they're going to have to redistribute some of the funds on this team to even it out and push some of it over on the other side. And a guy that I love on this team that I think 100% is going to be ushered out the door is Eddie Goldman. He's going to get you back around. I mean, he's still only 27 years old. That's the sad part, but I just don't think Eddie loves football. I think that's what it comes down to. And he's, last couple of years, when he's on, but there's zero consistency there. Phil, you've heard me talk about it multiple times that, question his love for the game, and totally love the player when he's on. But that right there, I think it's around $8 million that'll bring back to the Bears. And I don't think you're going to see Akeem Hicks back. I think that's why.
I'm going to show you this, guys, fellas. You got to figure out a way to bring this guy back. You're talking about head in the game, passion, everything. You got to figure out a way to bring back Akeem Hicks.
that it's all going to come down to it's all going to come down to money with
what
him.
He's
and
asking for, and the coach that comes in here is going to define if Akeem Hicks comes back. Obviously, I think he's got a sour taste in his mouth in regards to, I'll just say,
got to stay healthy, man.
Yeah,
the coach that's here.
I think one question I had real quick, Shayne, and you're probably the best versed at this, is the way NFL contracts are set up. I don't really know much about it, but is there a way in today's NFL with the CBA and all these guys being unionized and everything, is there a way that you could sign Hicks to a deal where it's kind of tiered? So, let's say, Akeem, you're going to make, best of the best money for your position if you play 14 or more games in 2020.
Yeah, you can do. There can be escalators and incentives. I mean, you saw everything that went on with Antonio Brown. He had, I guess it was around $1 million in incentives that he could have hit that he has no chance at now. The problem with Akeem, he's got one of the biggest fish in the pond as his agent, at Drew Rosenhaus, and you have to look at who's behind him. The guys that are behind him aren't as good as Akeem Hicks when he's on, but the Bears structured the deals behind him as 2-year deals for a reason. They gave Angelo Blackson a 2-year deal. They extended Mario Edwards. They gave him a 2-year extension behind Akeem Hicks, and it just comes down to availability. And
those guys can't carry his helmet, I can tell you.
Oh, no,
when
no.
he's healthy.
Yes,
I mean, I don't care what age he is. You see the explosiveness. Phil, you guys all break it down.
Totally
agree. Broke him down. I mean, what he did, even when he decided to play.
But are you going to pay
against
Akeem,
the Packers? He was.
Are you going to pay Akeem Hicks $12 million for 6 games?
If
you
have that money tied up, if he really wants to be a Bear,
do
will he accept a tiered deal? Will he put his
incentive
money where his mouth is? Right.
Incentive laden deal with a veteran football player like Akeem Hicks is where you need to go, because if you love the game, if your concern is his health, like Shayne's saying, and we've seen him banged up. He got hurt against the Raiders in England and was out for a long time. And then again this year, he missed two stints. Obviously, he came back last weekend, but there's no questioning the talent. And this is another thing that trumps down into the point of the coach. He's the guy that should be carrying a C on his chest.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
He's a guy that this team and the young players, if given the opportunity, would be able to possibly whip some of these guys into shape that are young, like Eddie Goldman. Maybe he plays harder, or maybe he's gotten out of the.
I think Eddie's is between the ears. I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's another Pace re-signing.
Eddie is the kid, and at the time, it was warranted. That's the thing. It was warranted at the time.
Then COVID came around,
but Eddie was
well as his shape.
Eddie was the biggest kid in 7th grade, and he was eating a bag of Doritos, and somebody walked up to him and said, "Motherfucker, you should play football. You're huge." And he's like, "Okay." And then he went and played football, but he never loved it. That's who Eddie Goldman. That's who he reminds me of. And
what does he have? What does he have on his deal? Could Jackal look that up?
They signed him to an extension right after, like literally the same week that they traded for Khalil Mack in 2018. I believe it was a 5-year deal. I mean, I can look it up real quick.
So he's still under contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Bears will get back, like, if they cut him, they would gain about $8.5 million in cap room. And I mean, you're going to have to take that. You're going to have to, you're going to have to find another corner. That's the thing. You're going to have to, who's going to be playing next to Roquan? What are you going to do with Roquan? Roquan's going into his 5th. Do you want him playing all year on a 1-year deal, at 24 years old? Bilal Nichols, he had all the chance in the world to make a lot of money here in Chicago. He didn't live up to the hype this year.
Get rid of him.
But they drafted.
I love Bilal Nichols.
They drafted Tonga. They gave Blackson a 2-year extension. It's small money. Blackson.
I like
and Edwards
Blackson. and I
For
like
very
that.
small money.
Mario Edwards has not been used ever since those penalties. He's kind of been the only one held accountable that we've seen, because I have not seen much of him. How we decide, again, who's the GM, who is the head coach, that's the key in
Well, that's the thing, Phil.
the
You
Team
could,
Hicks thing.
You can see a fundamental shift. Would you bring in a new coaching staff?
Yeah.
They may switch everything and say we're going to go to a 4-3 base, and then Eddie Goldman is gonna be gone. I don't think Eddie wants. I just don't think, Eddie is into it mentally.
8.9. I'm totally with you.
I agree, and I hate losing the talent, but I just mentally
you can't.
It's the same thing, and I don't want to go down this fucking vortex with Mitch Trubisky, but it was that I said it 100 times on this show. I just mentally, Mitch didn't have that fucking dog mentality, and I look at Eddie Goldman as the same type of dude. He's just going with the flow of the river. Where it takes him, and it's
will the right coach bring that out of him though? If the Bears, bring in Todd Bowles, if they bring in a Leslie Frazier, if they bring in a Jim Harbaugh,
yeah, it could.
Can a coach bring that out of him? Can a coach give him the confidence? Can a coach, just get him going?
It's a great point, Mikey, because you've been on easy street here with Matt Nagy. We see that there's no accountability. Just the Bears aren't going to get him. I don't think Pittsburgh's obviously going to fire Mike Tomlin, but you imagine Mike Tomlin sitting down with Eddie Goldman. He would have, to me, I feel like he'd have him convinced and motivated in 30 minutes.
In the first meeting, he'll be ready to fucking go the whole season. First meeting.
I mean, if you could come into the 2022 season with Justin Fields ready to go, try to figure out your offensive line, but you have Mac and Quinn, Roquan, Jalen Johnson, another, year, and a motivated Eddie Goldman. I mean, you can wreck some teams, but we haven't seen that enough.
That's the whole reason why these fucking blog boys don't get it, that this football team is better than people believe. You're on the cusp. Your offense has held you back with a terrible head coach who's a terrible play caller, game planner, schemer, executionist, as well as an accountability person. He doesn't.
Terrible leader.
He's not the leader. And Ryan Pace hired Matt Nagy. Ryan Pace gave Mike Glennon $18 million. Are you banking on Ryan Pace finding the answers for the next coach? I'm not. I'm tired of Patron 222. I just feel like,
I mean, I don't think he's going to be in the. I mean, I think if he's here, he'll have input on it. But I think that there's too much smoke. I don't think he's going to be back in
everybody's
GM.
Yeah, everybody's rumor milling.
Chances.
Sources are saying
give the guy.
I'm a pretty good source.
Thank you. Keep producing those drops. I love it. Matt Nagy's might be a source. We should have asked him today. Is Ryan Pace going to stay here? Maybe he would have given us a straight answer on that. I'm being completely honest. I just don't understand where, okay, we're going to triumph middle round picks as a focal point for Ryan Pace.
No, that's got to be a part of it. And this is a trap that I think fans especially fall into, is they expect. I mean, I've seen people call Javon Wims a bust. He was a fucking 7th round draft pick.
Right.
Wasn't a bust. He made the fucking team.
Anthony Miller could be considered a bust.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Adam Shaheen.
Nobody bats 250 in the fucking draft. I mean, it's a literal fucking minefield. You just don't know how these guys are. These prospects can have everything. They can be mentally focused. They can be physically perfect. You know how it is? You get a fucking pocket full of money, it changes you just like that. You're in a big city and you're from fucking Podunk. Now you're in fucking Chicago. You got a pocket full of fucking cash. A lot of guys think that
That's why you have
Eddie
to have
Jackson,
football
right?
people.
No, I get it.
People,
absolutely.
You
It's all
have to
part
be
of
able
it.
to. That's why I say I can watch all the tape. I'm gonna find the talent. I'll be hitting 1,000 with talent. It's that part that Shayne's talking about. Ryan Pace has failed sitting down, finding the man. Like who sits down with Mitch Trubisky and Deshaun Watson and chooses Trubisky over Watson? Well, supposedly he didn't sit with Watson, but come to find out he did. Whatever the case may be, he fucked up. And then Mahomes, he was their second choice. Well, you got it wrong. Your analysis
he had
of
such
the
a
quarterback
wide
position
gap between them. He felt like he needed to trade up one spot. I mean, if that's the case and you have Mahomes number 2, you're like, fuck it. You want to take Mitch number 2? I'll sit here and take Mahomes at 3.
Exactly.
But he had such a wide gap. I mean, that
shows you the
end of the day.
analysis.
Nothing. All you have, if you want to make the case to move on from Ryan Pace, it's really simple, and it doesn't involve any going through his drafts and free agency blunders.
Kevin White was a bust.
Yeah, all you have to do is go through the quarterbacks. That's it.
And the early round picks too.
Yeah, he paid Chase Daniel a bunch of money. You got little to no return at all.
Chase Daniel,
Ryan Hoyer was here.
That was it.
Nick
Ryan
Foles,
Hoyer, Nick Foles,
Glennon,
Andy Dalton.
Yeah,
Mike
Andy
Glennon.
Dalton, all of these guys. And I understand.
He said, Shayne, we're going to draft a quarterback every year.
Yeah,
it's the most important position of football hub. I mean, you got to understand, guys. I can't answer some of these questions.
He's got excellent get off. He's got excellent get off. Any get off. So
he needs get off the stage and let someone else pick. This is an area. Shayne, you knocked it out of the park, man. You're right. When all is said and done, if you're the GM that drafts Ken O'Brien over Dan Marino, should you keep your job? No. Mark Sanchez. We forgot about him.
I think he got it right this time. I do. That's how much I believe in Justin Fields.
I believe in Justin Fields,
but
that's going to be
performance-based league, is it not?
Yeah.
Oh, performance over politics.
Well, that's the thing too, and you can say about the expansion of Halas Hall, and I believe it was maybe Olin that brought it up, and it's true that's. I'm not going to give you credit for that because that's your fucking job. That's part of the fucking process.
Remember,
you should be doing
screaming that the other week.
Let him handle Arlington Heights. Just get him out of the GM role.
Someone wrote the check for him. Who gives a fuck?
I think there's very little chance. If I was
7 years,
if we were in Vegas right now and I was going all in, I would say that Ryan Pace is going to be here and he's not going to be the general manager.
I agree.
He's going to take the Ted Phillips role? Is he going to be the president?
I think him and Ted are going to collaborate together with their little balls off, and they're going to handle Arlington Heights.
Yeah, exactly. I think that Ryan Pace and Ted Phillips, just exactly what Mike said, that's going to be their sole focus. He's going to be there as a sounding board, and they're going to, they could bring in a guy like a Lake Dawson or.
Listen, very closely, writers. Type up your stories as Shayne reports.
Lake Dawson, right?
Let me ask you this real quick: if they were if George was planning on bringing Pace back, why wasn't Jenkins starting against the Giants? If you're Ryan Pace, you don't go into Matt Nagy's office and say, "Listen here, motherfucker, I want our young guys playing. I got to see him on tape. I'm going to be here still. I need to know what I have moving forward." I don't think that happened.
He might not have any assurance. You don't. I don't know how Ted works. I don't know how George works exactly, but I could see them not giving any assurances to anybody, knowing what they want to do, but not giving any assurances until maybe this week or after the Minnesota game. Does it make sense? Not at all. Give me some fucking names. Give this kid 2 fucking games. Give me some fucking names.
Exactly.
You can't tell me that Tevin
Jenkins
is good enough to come in and replace a guy, but he can't start the fucking game. I mean,
that was the biggest.
Yeah.
Listen,
bullshit.
I went ballistic on BHL. I'm going to do it again. I'm getting antsy already. I think in the history of me watching the Chicago Bears with my boy Shayne, collaborating through text or back in the day, dial-up message boarding, no matter who the fuck the coach was, they never planned for the future in these moments where seasons were lost. They didn't play these young players to get a perfect assessment for them, especially a coach on the fucking chopping block having the fucking cojones to do something positive for a young franchise, a young team, a young whatever player to say, you know what, I'm going to do what's best for Tevin. He needs these reps. He was all about himself. I got a Jason out there. That was the dumbest, most selfish, most ignorant fucking thing I've ever seen. It was fucking destroying me inside to know at least they started Borum, because I was going to put a lot of money on a Fetty was going to be out there with Peters. At least they had the presence of mind to put Borum out there, but to not put Jenkins out there and put him out there on special teams is a football fucking travesty. That's the truth. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because just like Shayne said, give me fucking name. Tevin Jenkins against the Vikings versus his initial, let's throw him in there against Green Bay because Peters got hurt. Of course he's going to be rusty. He hasn't played all year, had back surgery, was running hills with fucking Mark Grody. What do you think he's doing? So now he's playing in the fucking game and he's playing fucking slot receiver with this fucking moron as a head coach. And people,
it just,
oh my God.
It even goes beyond them.
But what he did
Daz
against the
Newsome,
Vikings,
Daz Newsome didn't play a ton. But in
Daz
Seattle, he had the
Newsome.
nice punt return. He had that one third
He
down
doesn't even
conversion that he
play.
actually slipped on and then got like 5 or 6 more yards to push to move the chains. He got 0 snaps against the Giants. None.
Graham.
Thomas
Graham
got
Jr.
4.
Thomas
4
Graham
snaps.
goes out there, balls out. You didn't see a defensive performance like you saw against the Vikings all year. They didn't have Eddie fucking Pussy Boy Jackson and his Frosted Flakes. They didn't have any of these guys that were starting. They had young bucks out there who wanted to play the game of football. That's the difference. The coach has to find those. To put Thomas Graham Jr. on the sideline, you're lost. Tevin Jenkins on the side. How about this? Shayne gave me the greatest stat. I'm giving him credit. This is what I do, Mike. I give credit to smartness and to people's opinions. I don't need a blue fucking check mark. Shayne's like, Phil, can you believe Travis Gibson had 20 snaps? That's it. And Bruce Irvin, guess how many he got? 32 or 30. 36.
He almost doubled him.
36 snaps to
Bruce Irvin's not going to be here next year.
Who's not going to be here, signed off the street. That was like, what? Travis Gibson got you 2 strip sacks. He's out there balling, and he's on the fucking bench. It's like Robert Quinn. It's 3rd and fucking 7 from your end
Travis
zone.
Gibson
You're going
should have
out.
been walking off the fucking field, dragging his tongue off the fucking field. You
Oh
used him
my
so much
God.
against
It's
the Giants.
This coaching stuff. People want Desai. I'm like, get the fuck out of it. I know he's a Connecticut kid. I have no bias. I don't want Desai
Politics
anywhere
over
near
performance at Halas Hall.
Oh, exactly. It's all about the fucking politics.
Flip
Look at
that
You're
around,
right on
Shayne, and
tune.
that's Halas Hall.
Exactly.
That's going to be the song tonight. Speaking of which, performance over politics, the TTNL song coming up after Mike T bounces on us. We're going to debut a Cool Kennedy TTNL original song. If you're a patron, you've already get to see the song. It's already over there on the patron side. But yeah, politics over performance is a Matt Nagy, Hub Arkish. Name everybody. Give me names, Shayne. Give me fucking name. All of them are all about politics.
Yeah, it better not be Teron Armstead. Like I said, that you break down his snaps over the last few years, and it's so wildly inconsistent because why? He's injured all the time. So you wanna invest into that? No way. Listen, you're gonna take your fucking lumps. We've taken that's what the Bears take a step back. So what are we gonna do? Win 5 games? Okay, cool. We have 6 wins right now. We're used to getting our fucking nuts stepped on. It's part of it, but you have to fucking step back to go forward and build this shit the right way. Just imagine had the Bears not moved up for Justin Fields. Imagine if they had drafted.
They didn't luck into him.
Imagine if they had drafted Kellen Mond in the fucking 3rd round, and Justin Fields was in. If the Bears didn't take him, he was going to be a Minnesota Viking.
Right.
Lock it in. Done deal. Justin Fields was. Imagine going into this fucking game. You think that if Kirk Cousins was out with COVID, you'd be facing Justin Fields this weekend in Minnesota. Imagine the logistics of that with this team. The Bears are nowhere near as bad as the national media and other fan bases want you to think they are, because there is talent here. They do have a ton of holes, but the thing about it is where the Bears need to get better, there's no fucking consistent playmakers. I love Darnell Mooney. Don't get me fucking wrong, but if I'm going to consider you a big time playmaker, I need to see it at least once a fucking game, twice a game. The Bears lack playmakers everywhere on offense. Exactly.
Mooney's a 2 or a 3 wide receiver at
totally
best.
Agree, and that's not a bad thing.
No,
you're in the fucking NFL,
right?
I think he's a 2. I really do. I think he's definitely a 2.
He's not a number 1 wideout.
He's not a number 1.
People
not
get offended by that. People get offended
Maybe
by that.
Maybe he can get there, but
and that's another thing that you have.
He's got the right attitude, though. I'll tell you that.
You go out and 2 of the guys that the Bears would have been highly involved in free agency to bring to Chicago at wide receiver, Michael Gallup tore his ACL, Chris Godwin tore his ACL. That's a big deal. The Bears were gonna go after a guy like that to try to settle down the position and go at it again. Allen Robinson's not going to be back, but
oh God, thank God. I loved Allen Robinson coming out of Penn State.
Oh, I was ecstatic when the Bears signed him.
Oh my God, this guy.
I was the guy that was happy as hell when Phil, do you remember me calling it like that entire offseason? I was like, fucking perfect.
You nailed all. You can go back.
And I was most excited about fucking Trey Burton. I'm like, this is the kid that's been on the depth chart, pushed down in Philly early on, and football didn't love it.
He didn't love it.
Paid.
Listen, I want to say this point before I forget, and I don't make it on here, and the writers write about it later after I said it later. The willingness to not accept losing. The willingness to not accept losing is something I don't see in Ryan Pace. I don't see in the Bears, and I don't see in any coach they've had, including Lovie Smith. There is an attitude that you walk with, that you're on top of every fucking thing. You don't let your ego get in the way of your assistant coaches. There is a tone that is set, and you put the right players, the ones that are wanting and loving the game of football. You don't go by the fucking stats and the fucking clock. You go by the tape. That's where you find football players. Because God knows you had that fucking dumbass tweet. I don't know if it's one of your tweets about Jerry Rice. I don't want to blow it. But some assholes talking about fucking Jerry Rice.
Well, it's
not fucking being able to play in the league.
He's making fun of his 4.7 40 time.
4.7 40 time. You're okay. Some people don't take tests well or time and track well, but they play football real well. And that's where this franchise, I'm serious, has failed each and every time at the head coaching spot. Bruce Arians is in the fucking building. There's a guy that is all about, he fucking cut a guy in the middle of the game. This is an attitude that you got to have where you're zero tolerance, except you're here to play this game of football. You're lucky to be playing a game, getting paid millions of dollars to be an entertainer. And I know the sacrifices that go with it. I know everything, but there's a risk and a reward. And if you don't love the game of football and you don't go full speed, you're going to get hurt or you're going to be out of the league. That's where the Chicago Bears have to make the right choice here with Ryan Pace. Isn't that guy. Ryan Pace pissed off stands in front of the media every time he's asked to. This guy is hidden like he's playing hide and fucking seek. Where is he? Where's Ryan? Can't find him because he doesn't want to face any kind of music. He's going to answer Jeff Joniak's written out questions that have been written by that young girl. 2 more questions, guys, for Coach. 2 more. Here's the questions we came up for Ryan this week, Jeff. Ask him these. Come on. Be a real organization. Show every fucking practice. If Mike Tenerelli and Sammy the fucking Bull go to fucking training camp, they could film every goddamn fucking thing they want because there's no fucking secrets in football. It's all been done. We're going to know that you're going to stop. Stop being this pussy organization. Stop. Get someone in there that's a man hiring and firing and cutting and building the appropriate way. We have not seen it. That's why I'm so big on Jim Harbaugh. That's why I've said that since 2014. This guy is the guy that's going to be a freaking maniac trying. And you could throw all the Michigan numbers and bullshit stats. I'll throw stats at you. I'll throw Stanford stats at you that go to a school that fucking academics go over the top of everything and you're winning. You're winning. How about those stats, you little fucks? You don't understand football. The head coach is so important. He's one guy. That's one of the guys. He's my number one guy. That would be the guy I would fucking go out all in. What do you want? $12 million a year? Fine. We're a $1 billion organization. You're going to make more money investing money in the coach than you ever will bringing these Tressmans and Canadian Football League people back. Come on. What are we fucking doing here? Did you see the players are reaching out now, Shayne, to help out this organization?
Oh, yeah. Well, they shouldn't have to reach out. This organization should be reaching out to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not, listen, I can listen to my son. My son can give me advice on something. You know, Daddy, I think we should do this. I'll listen to him. Doesn't mean I'm going to take his fucking advice.
Right.
But that's the thing. All of these guys, you should, Pat Manley, Jerry Azuma, Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs, Alex Brown, all of these guys, Devin Hester, all of these guys actively are involved with the Chicago Bears. And it's really sad. Like I said, you don't have to say, oh, Brian Urlacher said to hire this fucking guy. That's not what it's about. It doesn't even have to be about the head coach.
Right?
What did you guys hate about the organization when it was here? Olin Kreutz went back and talked about the fucking the food in the cafeteria, the way that they fucking serve you the food. All of that shit matters. Tony Medlin, the trainer, I'm sure
Zorich was talking about how they treated him.
Yeah,
and
it's just
they made him pay. Remember Rasheed Davis? They made him pay for the game ball they gave him.
Yeah,
they made him pay for it.
So you know how when they hand out the game
Who
balls,
does
Mike,
that?
in the locker room here, you had 3 touchdowns.
Game ball goes to Mike Tenerelli.
Looks at the bottom of his fucking paycheck.
They
the following Wednesday, and it was fucking taken off. But that's
hand it back to him. The ball.
Yeah, exactly.
if I to speak to your guys' point, if I'm George, okay, McCaskey, obviously he doesn't have a high football IQ. Okay, we all know that. He's a wonderful guy, nice guy, great. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. But if I'm George, I pick 3 former players. Okay, whether it be Manley, like you said, Olin, and pick another Gary Fensick. Okay, you get 3 guys. Okay, those 3 guys are advisors. Okay, you're billionaires. You pay them. You bring them in to help you out. You get a little roundtable going. You bounce ideas off of them. They vote on things. With 3 people, you can't have you can't have a hung jury. You have hopefully 2 out of the 3 vote one way. You talk about it, and that's the way you collaborate. Okay,
exactly.
You bring in people that actually give a shit about this team and about this city and about the Chicago Bears and know what it's about. And that alone would have probably solved a bunch of problems that this franchise has seen in the past 10 years.
Yeah, you break it down in simple terms. Like I said, not to bring up my kids again, but if I sit down and collaborate with my kids and they're like, hey, what do you guys want to have for dinner tonight? they're going to want fucking Kit Kats and fucking ice cream. You keep on doing that every single fucking day, you're going to run into a problem down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't, I don't have to listen. And if Pat Manley comes in and says, I don't even really give a shit who Pat Manley wants as the coach, I'll listen to what he says. I want to know, when you walk through the doors at Halas Hall, what did you say? Like, wow, this is the NFL. This is odd. This to me isn't up to fucking NFL standards. You know, I've talked to guys around the league. What would you change? What do you think? Where do you think that we're lacking here? That to me is so fucking valuable. Just like listening to your wife. You know what I mean? She knows all your fucking secrets and all your flaws.
I've said this with Anthony, my boy, Anthony Walker. What's up to you and your wife? I've said that forever. I can't even comprehend being the grandson of the guy who started the league and not know football. Like, have to go outside for help and resources from Ernie fucking Accorsi. My uncle called Ernie Accorsi the biggest shoe salesman in the NFL. That was from my uncle, Sam Ritigliano. It's the truth. Ernie doesn't know shit. He just knows people. That good old boys network. That networking is one thing. Look at the Steelers. Okay, the Rooney Rule, all that stuff aside. The Steelers were going to hire Grimm or what's his name?
Yeah, Russ
Dick
Grimm
LeBeau. Dick LeBeau. Those were going to be the replacements.
Yeah, it was going to be Russ Grimm. 100%.
And then all of a sudden, this young kid that someone said, let's make a call, check out this kid. He goes in there. It's Mike Tomlin. It's the organization's responsibility to reach out to these guys so they can say, listen, this is a Dave Tobe, for example, if Devin's speaking, or Lance Briggs. Dave Tobe needs to be interviewed. This is why. Dave Tobe might have told Ted Phillips he's a fucking punk. And Ted having a bias towards that or whatever emotional moment is the reason they're failures. Stay the fuck out of there. Bring these people in, give you names, you sit down with them, and you determine at that point who is the right person. Because let's be honest, let's look at these coaches. And I know Shayne and I have talked about this forever. Mark Trestman, did he have that fire, passion, and love for winning? No. John Fox, did he have it? Did Lovie Smith inspire you, the fan? Forget about what he did for the defense, the Tampa 2. Did he have this end-all, be-all fire that you saw? I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Does this guy, Matt Nagy? No. But we did see it. We did see it with Ditka, who wasn't a yes man, who was hired by the old man. The old man understood because he was an asshole. You got to get an asshole that's going to fight and claw on every play. We're dealing with a guy that doesn't challenge a spot. Do I do it? Do I not? Lovey fucking would fail every challenge. We've talked about the guy. These little things matter in football. And it's about, listen, some people are great coordinators. Shayne has said it. How many games did Lovey win since he's left the Bears?
27.
27. You know what?
In 9 seasons coaching.
Ron Rivera was calling the defense. Lovey was jealous, and I've been told this many times, but I'll share it again. Jealous of the notoriety that Ron was getting after they went to the goddamn Super Bowl. Lovey fired Ron Rivera after they went to the Super Bowl. A Super Bowl team fires their defensive. He's got to go to the Chargers and become a linebacker coach. No, that should never happen. But it did in Chicago. We do this. Jay Rodgers goes out of town. Every coach. What's the coach now with the Chargers?
Brandon Staley.
Staley. You saw potential in him. Gone. Let's get Trestman in here over a tough guy who's going to speak his mind. Like when fans say, well, the McCaskies can't take it. They can't. That's it. They have to now. That's what the answer is. We're not here to discover what they're going to do. We're telling you what they have to do. That's the difference from this network and fucking Austin F and the fucking guessers. The blogs guessing. You don't have no fucking source. Matt.
Ryan and Matt are men of character. They are both, like Ted, outstanding leaders. I've been most impressed with how well they collaborate.
They collaborate really well, guys. Come on. You need to bring in what Mike said. Bring those guys in to collaborate. Have a panel. Remember Flashdance? The fucking panel of dancing judges. We all loved American Idol. Guess who was the asshole on American Idol? Simon Cowell, right? He became... How much money does Simon have? Because he's fucking telling the truth. If the McCaskies can't handle Phil, which they can't, they should be fucking bringing me in. Because that's the answer to their fucking daunting, miserable mediocrity and stupidity at every level. You become a laughing stock where bloggers and fucking Jason Lockenforth's crooked eye ranks you the 10th best head coaching place or whatever the fuck. Come on. You got
Chicago's #1.
Quinn, Mack, and a middle linebacker and a young quarterback. That alone, and a dynamic running back. Who the coach here now can't figure. He rushes for 7 yards this past week, right? That was unblocked. He just trucked people. Coach takes them out.
I'm an idiot.
Hell of a run, David. Let's bring you out now. I know you need to rest. No.
I've never seen a head coach that doesn't understand momentum and what goes along with that in any sport, let alone football. To just pull guys like that, especially Montgomery, after a good run. I guarantee you it's not Monty holding his hand up saying, please, come on, get me out of here. Fuck, bullshit. He wants to. The only time he's coming off the field is if he's gasping for air, okay?
Right.
And he's the only reason why he'd be gasping for air is because you keep feeding him the rock, and he's getting fucking 6-7 yards a carry for 5 carries in a row. Nagy always thinks that he's going to outsmart everybody instead of out-execute everybody. Okay, there's a big difference there. Okay, you could say, I'm going to fucking run the ball off tackle 5 fucking times. We're going to do it better than you. We're going to out-execute you and stop us.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. How about a head coach, Nagy, who there was a guest a while back. I think it was Grody maybe or somebody that you had on that, was a part of the Bears practices. And he said he never saw Matt Nagy have the offense run the play again in practice. That alone tells you what you need to know. How the fuck?
Exactly. When I was
playing, we used to run plays 5-6 times in a row to get it right. It's not a script. It's not just, okay, next play, guys, come on, let's go. You perfect the fucking play, then move on to the next play in practice. I can't tell you how many times a coach would be in my ear, run it again, until we get this right. We're running it again. Never happened once with Coach Nagy.
I want to address Bob here because I've seen this many times. Okay, Tom Landry was a tyrant in the locker room. He handled his composure on the sideline and was maniacally a head coach in 1970 and the early 80s. Today's football player, they want to tune in. They want to tune into their fucking Instagram. They want to tune into this. They also were on this show saying they want discipline. They want to be held accountable. On this network, more than one. Ryan Nall just happened to be the most boisterous about it. So before we try to rewrite football in the Chicago Bears, let's look at, I just broke down all of Dick Duran. Did he inspire you? Did he?
He always reminded me of the fucking bad guy on Scooby-Doo. Damn you kids.
There's got to, exactly. You can't be a specialist in one side of the football. You got to be a head coach. As a defensive coach, you should know fucking offense inside and out because you're trying to stop it. What do you This isn't soccer. This is not soccer. This is so much teaching, so much of what Mike was just talking about. Get the fuck back and run that play against an odd front. What is the center doing? What do you do on the odd front? You're teaching all the time. You're exhausted after every game. There's one game in Matt Nagy's 4 years that he was exhausted. It was 2 weeks ago against the Vikings. 2. Yeah, I kind of lost my. You've never seen him more involved. That's what it's got to be every time the coach goes out there. And I'm sorry. I used to think that ain't going to be maybe a Bill Walsh kind of guy could come in here to Chicago. There is something to this city, to this whatever, puzzle that this organization needs someone to be the opposite of them. Because if you're all yes men, because that's what you got up top. You follow it? So Tom Landry would suck here. He would suck, right? Because if he became a yes man, okay, don't worry, let's trade Khalil Mack. That shit doesn't work here. Okay, let's take David out. Let's give Tariq Cohen an extension. I really love that. Let's devise some more plays where we can do the T formation, that we could do Mama's Sleigh Ride, Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory. Let's get all these gimmicks out there. Let's do that. This ain't gonna happen here. It's not really rocket science.
Olin's currently on a mission on Twitter right now.
Is he coming on?
Praising
Charles
the extension
Leno.
for Charles Leno and taking his shots. How can you be high on How can you be high on someone with 2 starts who left his second start with a shoulder injury? I am interested in seeing him develop. Yes.
Maybe can't be high on him all.
Somebody shot back at him, yet you are high on Sam Mustipher, who is the worst starting center in the NFL. And Olin says, according to who?
Phil, you never said the worst.
I'll
back you up on that.
I've never said Sam is the worst center.
Phil, you bring up an interesting name. You and I talked about this, Cars and I, and Ryan Cox did a little bit too. You can't go into these interviews with any preconceived notions of this is going to be my guy. You know what I mean? You have to be open and honest with yourself to be blown away by somebody like, holy shit, I didn't expect this fucking guy blew me out of the water. There's, Phil, we talked about it. We brought up the name privately, but there's a guy out there that I could see maybe teams potentially, and nobody's brought his name up connected to Chicago, but it's a name that I could see is the defensive coordinator in San Francisco, DeMeco Ryans.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the next Mike Tomlin?
Right.
Middle linebacker. He's obviously a guy, fierce competitor, going to command respect in this. I just don't want Bears fans to fall into the trap that, it's got to be an offensive guy because of Justin Fields. Yes, I get it. No, it's got to be the right fucking guy for the Chicago Bears. He's got to be a fucking leader. It's got to be about accountability. It's got to be all of that. Justin Fields is the most important piece. I get it, but you're not doing him any fucking favors. Matt Nagy was supposed to be the offensive guru. It didn't fucking work out because he had so many other warts. Nice guy, no accountability, none with him. It's got to be the right fucking guy. You have to give yourself the ability to let DeMeco Ryans come in and talk to him and let him blow you away and be like, holy shit, this guy's only 36 years old, but goddamn, he's going someplace. Somebody's going to hire this kid,
Exactly.
Actually, yeah, add
the Chicago mentality. That's exactly right. I'm not huge on hiring a coordinator. I'm more of down hire a head coach, someone that's been a head coach. But if I had to lean one way in Chicago, I would definitely look at some defensive coordinators because that's the mindset of this. That was the mindset of this team when they had success. Even you look at the Olin days and things like that. They had horrible quarterbacks. They had a great defense that got them to the Super Bowl, and they had a great, they had Devin Hester, of course. But, if, like I said, I would definitely interview some defensive-minded guys for this team and for this market. I would totally stay away from the Brian Dables,
not interested at all.
The Kellen Moores. Get him out of here. I wouldn't even interview him, to be honest with you. I would spend all my time. If I'm George McCaskey, just fucking grow a pair, man. You are the fucking grandson of the creator of the NFL. Pick up the phone. Everybody's going to take your call, okay? Anybody that is worth anything in football is going to take your call. Call Mike Tomlin, okay? Call Sean Payton. Those two guys could be not only your head coach, but they could be your football ops guy. They can handle the whole thing, and just start from scratch and have a little confidence in yourself, George.
I know one guy we got to call.
Nerd alert!
There he is. Where is he?
There he is. Look at this guy.
There he is. He's back.
Cherie made me change it.
That's right. That's a proper screen name if I've ever heard one.
But Cars, we were talking with Mike about, not saying that 100%. I think a lot of people are falling into the trap. You brought up the name D'Amico Ryans when we were texting the other day with Ryan Cox. You have to leave yourself that ability to be blown away by a guy like that.
I mean, how else do you find a Tomlin or a Belichick?
Right.
Or,
exactly.
Forgive me, the guy in Buffalo, I think, is doing a tremendous job too, right? Yeah, you can't just limit yourself and take away half of your options.
Yeah, it's got to be a guy that can be a leader of men, that stands with integrity. I believe the fire has to be in there because I've seen too many that don't, and I believe it's a byproduct of what's above them. To be perfectly clear, I think the yes men mentality, that they're going to get along, that no one's going to make waves and say something that we're going to have to worry, that doesn't work with Chicago.
What the fuck is Tony talking? Tony, what are you doing? Clean your fucking ears out. That's exactly what we don't fucking want, dude.
Yeah, exactly. We don't
Stop
want
with the
that.
nonsense, bro.
We're just
football has not evolved from whistle to whistle. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. From whistle to whistle, football has not. I understand it's an offensive-minded league, and you can't touch the quarterback, blah blah blah. But whistle to whistle, offensive line and defensive line in the trenches, football really hasn't changed that much.
Because to your point, where are all the really good offensive line coaches are like 60, 70 plus, right? Like that grew up in that era, and that's still. Philadelphia's Super Bowl was because they had one of the most dominant offensive and defensive lines in the league when they did it. And that's how you win consistently.
And a real head coach understands, as I've said before, that offensive line coach is the most important hire you're going to have. Yeah. It is always going to be that. So if you're a defensive guy or an offensive guy, the offensive line coach that brings that personality, that temperament. There are teams that win in this league because they know how to run the football better than you do. And that's the bottom line. You can throw out every passing record and number you want at me, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to protect and you're going to have to run. And it goes back to blocking and tackling. That being said, listen, I got to do this promo, Shayne. Not promo, but this read here. Bet US. Bet US. Life is back, guys. Sports betting. I know Cars had a big weekend. BetUS has your NBA, NHL, NBA, UFC, PGA, NFL, college, the national championships coming up. We have a special deal here as BetUS sponsors us. Betting lines are up for their 27th year and live betting on all of this stuff. Log into betus.com, or you can even call a number 1-800-792-3887. That's 1-800-79-BET-US. BetUS, you will get 125% bonus to what you want to gamble. That's 125% more when you put in the code ShyCity125. That's ShyCity125. Customer service pros are ready to get your phone, social, online sports betting kickoff start now. Play with a proven mainstay in the industry. BetUS. You bet, you win, you get paid. It's betus.com. Official sponsor here of The Tape Never Lies. Network, betus.com. I had to get that promo in there, Coach Nagy, soon to be end of the year, Coach. Before, Mike, you good to stay for a little, or you got to bounce?
I'm good.
Okay, so Mike, Cars, real quick. Before we, real quick. Well done. Is that Claudio producing?
Look at him.
This guy's doing good. You move, Jackal. Shit starts to get done. Before we debut the world premiere of Performance Over Politics, our new song here at the network, Ryan Pace, just to you, Cars. What is your percentage? Is he stay or is he gone?
Not what you want, what you think
not
is
what you
going to happen.
want.
Yeah, I think he's staying. I don't get the. It's the most Bears thing ever. He's endeared himself to Virginia and the family. I use this all the time. Part of the reason we couldn't fire Dick. Yeah, Dick Duran went to church with Virginia and they couldn't fire him. Right, like in some capacity, he's staying. It wouldn't shock me if he's the Ted Phillips replacement. You know, we've heard a lot of reports of like Ted's here for one more year, and that could be the passing of the baton that way. But yeah, I sadly, and it really kills me to say it, I think he's staying.
Wow. You heard it here. Now everybody is in unison on all of the updates with Ryan Pace. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle Monday, obviously Sunday, maybe Sunday night.
The number one thing that has to happen on Monday is when Ted Phillips cannot be sitting up
We've
there.
said this every year, Shayne.
He can't be. He cannot
Shayne.
be.
She agrees with the decisions that we've made. She's pissed off.
Fuck out of here, Ted.
I don't even want George up there because I don't want someone that's going to read a statement. I don't want someone that has to type out everything.
Yeah, why can't?
And it's like you're the kid in speech class, right? That's got to be like.
Do you think they'll speak on Monday, or do you think they'll push it out to like Tuesday?
Oh no, they won't. They'll push it out as far as long as they can.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll make an announcement or release a press maybe Sunday night.
Well, yeah, I had the whole fucking timeline broke down on BHL.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I wish we had that clip.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a pretty good source.
Well, you're better than Austin, I'll tell you that. Let me just say this. Here at the network, if you aren't a patron and you want deep analysis of the Chicago Bears, the offseason, the draft, the free agency, and using the tape, not stats, we discovered Angelo Blackson and why he would benefit this football team. We talked about Tevin Jenkins, Justin Fields, Larry Borum, all of these players that ended up becoming drafted. We were breaking them down with the tape. Become a patron. It's thetapeneverlies.com. We also do everything original. People want to copy us, Mike. Here we do music. As you can see, the Keepin It 100 open song. Mr. Tom Bosen's favorite song. Keepin It 100 gets the show started every week. Here it is. Cherie is our number one music constructive criticism giver. She's in the back there producing tonight. Cool Kennedy and myself took our statement, my rant, brought out this performance over politics. That's what the new head coach has to walk into Halas Hall and say, I don't care if we get the guy as an undrafted. I don't give a fuck if he is paid millions. We are going to play the best. Not any other way are we going to play this game of football. It's all about winning. And I don't care if he has the calmest disposition or the most maniacal disposition. That's got to be the first and foremost check mark in the interview. Right there. You can get your swag on with that. Performance over politics. Cool Kennedy and myself. Here it is. The world premiere.
It's performance over politics. Performance over politics. Performance over politics. It's POP, performance over politics. DDP said fuck a cap and arena tricks. I'm trying to build a dynasty out of heap of shit. McCaskey money rolling in, but that don't mean shit to die-hard fans. No matter where they move the stadium in Chicagoland, you can't escape the aftermath. You can't win no stats and blog boy math. The battle starts in the trenches. You can't fix Nagy's offense with 35 wrenches. Up in the nosebleeds, you smell the play called stenches. The Sledge Fields drop jewels like Osco. Tell Virginia sell the team wholesale. Costco. Performance over politics. Performance over politics.
P.O.P. Pop that ass and play the best. You can have a ton of stats, but still be winless. Nagy's still in this. Millhouse influence. McDonald's is hiring. McCaskey's grimace. Zero accountability. The wise cause regression. Performance is the plaza. The Bears stay at the West End. Guessing. Competition bringing out the best in. Anything you do but pace Bears vain obsession. Wrong personnel. This team never play the best. Performance over politics, the bare opposite. Virginia still smiling, Millhouse praising culture. George talking leaders, reading script on his Osa. Where the fuck is pace? Hiding behind the wise.
Performance over politics.
Performance over politics.
Performance over politics.
Where the fuck is pace? Hiding behind the wise.
Mama, I love you. P.O.P. Hold it down. Right there, I'm good boy, baby, for life.
Where the fuck is pace? Hiding behind the wise.
Performance over politics.
There it is. Performance over politics, Mikey.
That's
Loving
gonna be
it.
a banger.
That's a banger to the original Cars. You like it? Cherie is.
It was very good. I like the beat. It was very good.
Cool Kennedy.
That beat
producing.
is sick. Man, that beat go hard.
There it is. Imagine with
some
the
bass. Ooh,
with
man,
them
that thing's
kickers
gonna
in
be
the back
popping.
of that trunk. I've already played it in my fucking Sonata that doesn't even have a kicker, and it was kicking.
I'm just glad we're asking me for how I feel about hip hop songs, because everybody looks at the guy who you can barely see the wall behind because I'm so white, and it works out perfectly.
Listen, everybody can like hip hop, Cars. Don't get prejudicial, right, Cherie?
Yes.
Thank you. Maddie says it's best song yet.
I agree.
Listen, I think Cool Kennedy, you know how much I love him. I'm not blowing smoke. The guy I go, listen, the true story. I got so fucking pissed off after a BHL. I'm like, what are we doing? We got to do a performance over politics song. This dude went to work in 48 hours, sent me his verse, his track. I go, I haven't even written anything, and hear it. He's like, I already got my verse, got the thing. And then I was just freestyling that. Where the fuck is pace? Hiding behind the wise. I just threw that in there. And I was like, we got to keep that in there. It's so fun. Listen, I work well with him. I love this dude. He's the man. And I'm so proud. They can copy all the other stuff, right? They can't copy the original music and everything we do here at this network, from Shayne's tweets. Making stuff for TTNL, original music. That obviously is from our guy. Mark Rebele, who
fucking hilarious.
We have nothing but respect for that dude. We trying to get him on the show to do that song live would be amazing. But yes, Cool Kennedy, I see him in the chat. Shout out to you. Salute to you for everything you do. We got original songs, and we are going to put them all on Spotify, and our patron going to open up the LP from Leno Is Gone, Blog Boys. We have how many songs do we have, Shayne? So many songs. I'm trying to think.
You know how I feel about stats. Really, stats are for losers.
Oh, this is Claudio the Barber. Yo, this is Claudio
the Yo, this is Claudio song needs to come out at some point. But yeah, Blog Boys, shout outs, bold predictions. There's so many. Bear up, bear down. All of this stuff that we try to bring here to have a great Wednesday night, and all our BHL, all our shows have song opens. X's with the O's on Saturday. All of it. Loving it here. Shayne, Manscaped.
Yeah, we better do that.
Cheers to 2022 and resolutions you can actually keep. How about having a clean and shiny balls, Mike? All year round. Our sponsors at Manscaped are here to save your balls this year and make the ball drop. Well, it already dropped. Cars is living it. 2022, he's the cleanest and sexiest ever. Set your lords and your mans up for New Year's resolutions with good intentions. Joins the 4 million lords and men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With our exclusive offer, go to manscaped.com and insert the code Shy City Sports, right? What's the code, Shayne? It's not in there. I'm looking for it. Oh,
whoops.
There's no code in there. Is it Keepin It 100 or Shy City?
Yeah, it's KI 100.
Are you sure?
No, it's Shy City Sports.
Shy City Sports. Shy City Sports. Where's Steven Johnson? Damn it.
He's ending the show.
Look at that. There it is.
You got it?
Yeah.
Shy City Sports. I can't see it. There it is. Shy
So
City
what we're going to do, though,
yes,
for our Keepin' It 100 crew here,
yes,
head over to manscaped.com, use your code, get 20% off free shipping, and if we get 10 sold
10
during this show, Phil and I are going to pick one of the 10. You have to share your slip that's showing us that you bought.
Your receipt.
Screenshot it. Send it to @TTNL Network on Twitter. You can DM it to us if you want to. And Phil and I are going to purchase a Tevin Jenkins jersey.
Yes.
And you will get that. Number 76, Tevin Jenkins. Give me some fucking names. Give this kid 2 fucking games. Give me some fucking names.
Give me some fucking names.
We need 10 Manscaped orders during this show using the code Shy City Sports. You get 20% off. And it is no bullshit. They send it to Phil and I. It is great shit. Even their shampoo and all that stuff is awesome.
My wife loves the body wash. I get compliments on it. I don't know if she's
Phil's wife complimented me on my body wash too. It was weird, but he's my boy.
What?
We know your own wife isn't, so at least some lady in your life.
Shy City Sports is the code. As Shayne is saying, complete that set. Manscaped, they're going to throw in a travel bag. They're going to give you boxers and free gifts and goodies and new products. There's no need, no introduction. The ultra premium body wash, as I was talking about, from Manscaped. Solve all 3 for perfect addition to your daily grooming routine. But in the shower every day. I hope you do. The body wash smells great. It's cologne infused, and they also have a shampoo. They're going to give you both of them. Kids, kick discomfort and poor hygiene to the curb. You get to shave your balls, and you can use the body wash. For exclusive offer, 20% off, and the possibility to win a Tevin Jenkins jersey here. Insert this code, Shy City Sports. Cheers to new balls in 2022. I appreciate that. Thank you, Cherie. Shaving balls is a very good thing. Where's
Yo, this is Claudio the Barber. 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 Oh, this is Claudio the Barber. This is Claudio the Barber, and this is Shy City Sports, Keeping It 100. Listen, it's Jesper Horsted's world, and we're just all living in it. Oh, this is Claudio the Barber, and this is Shy City Sports, Keeping It 100. I see you, Sherry. I see you.
This is Michael the fucking killer right here. All right?
Never mind. Take him off. I can't even understand him because of the mask. It's done. Take it off.
There he is, Claudio,
Oh,
the barber,
there it is.
shaving balls.
Never
Everything
gave
above
Michael
the waist.
Killer a chance. You didn't give him a chance. Cut him
Everything
off too
above
quick.
the waist, right, Claudio?
That's it. That's it.
How was
Only
that?
on above
Keep
the
popping
waist.
up there. There we go.
There we go.
Balls.
There
Got
we
it.
go.
There it is.
There it is. Claudio the barber's with us tonight as well. Listen,
X's with yo's.
what was
An
that?
oldie but goodie.
Smoke weed every day.
There he is.
I got out of
Claudio.
Mikey's car right there.
I remember
got
that
out of
day.
Mikey's car. He's like, Mikey's like, yo.
Can you hear me? This is your dad speaking. Can you hear me? I'm in space.
He was wondering what Nagy was calling.
The best part about that day, we were live for about 45 minutes. Your dad says to me all of a sudden, when we go live, when can they start hearing us? I'm like, we've been live for almost an hour, Coach. Great.
Well, we're live tonight. We talked about a bunch of coaching and maniacal and Nagy gone, Pace gone. We're going to continue that conversation. Shayne, there's no tweets tonight.
No
right?
tweets tonight. Yeah.
No tweets
They're all
tonight.
bad.
They're all bad.
We're gonna compile a nice list after the firing for next week's show because there's gonna be a lot of idiots out there.
Well,
being
there's already a lot.
Bears made a mistake.
A lot of these hardball takes just make me laugh. Like, have you lived Matt Nagy? Hardball is like moving. It's like George Jefferson moving on up to the penthouse. You've been in the outhouse.
Maron.
So if we go around the panel here,
yes,
Phil,
yes.
Ryan Pace, he's here in some capacity.
What they're gonna do, or what I would do?
No,
That's
what they're
the
gonna
key.
do.
Oh, they're gonna keep this fucking clown boy. He's the
agree.
he's the what is the name of that? Lake Forest, parted hair. He's working
Cherie?
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Think-
they're keeping him. They're gonna promote him to something.
Claude?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Can only imagine the smells coming out of that thing, but you know.
Mike
Tackle says yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh.
Football. And if he is, I pose this question to all you. Let's say Jim Harbaugh comes for an interview because he loves and respects the Bears so much, and he was a player, and we all know the history. And let's say that Ryan Pace is the one interviewing you. When you're Jim Harbaugh and you want to control what you want to control, and you don't want Pace in your way, does that screw everything up? Does that some of those, or Sean Payton, does he come in and say, hey
I
man,
think
if you're
that's
calling the
the-
shots, I'm gone. I'm not, forget you guys. I can do something else.
Ryan
You know?
Pace and Sean Payton are very close.
Right.
So I think that still to me could be the ultimate why I'm scared of the compensation, how that's going to unfold. But to me, that is the big fucking swing for the Bears. And Albert Breer's put that out there. Like, it's like he's intentionally went out of his way like 4 or 5 times to say, is this the move? Is this Ryan Pace? selling to ownership, I can bring you Sean Payton to work with.
And if he
Justin
does,
Fields.
I would keep him in some way, because that would be, he's my number one. He's the top coach on my list. Honestly, he's above Harbaugh for me.
I think your dad said that too, correct, Phil?
Yeah.
I think your dad put Peyton in number one.
Well, he has Peyton number one. I think 1A, 1B. I know Cars hates that. Oh, my dad. Where do you think I learned it from?
Getting ready for draft season, or in the Cars.
Sorry, I was wondering. We're on a long road there. No, that is
that was me.
Cars, Pace stays. You already said.
I think he stays. I do think though it would impact Harbaugh, because I think Harbaugh is going to want to have more control over everything. But I don't think it impacts, to your point, I don't think it impacts Peyton, because I think Peyton would like to work with him. So yeah, I think if Pace stays, it's a problem for some of these guys. Not quite to the bulk level of Jacksonville, but it's an issue.
Do you think that there's validity to the Pace Peyton combo in Chicago?
I think there's some. I think I'm more intrigued by and intrigue's not the right word, but the Jeff Ireland comments and how Peyton has been very public about Jeff and working with him. So if it's in a reshuffle, right, and Pace moves somewhere and Ireland comes in, that would probably be, in my opinion, the more likely that it's not just a Pace thing, but it's kind of like a mini New Orleans reunion.
Bringing the band back together.
It's gonna be
Naperville reunion, Cars.
Yeah,
I know I'm going to be throwing down at Empire when that happens, and we'll just.
I live in Naperville too, my man. And isn't Peyton from Naperville?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Fuck. What a dream. We can dream, right?
Back.
I mean, if the world can revolve around Naperville for about 25 minutes, it will not go to my head whatsoever. I can promise you that.
Agree.
Where's Tony Romo from? Where's he from in Illinois?
I don't know if he's from Illinois. He went to Eastern.
Yeah.
Illinois,
I
is
thought
he
he was-
from Illinois?
So did Sean Payton and Ryan Pace. They all went
three
to
of them
college
went to
there.
Crazy.
Yeah, they all.
So does
went
that
to
mean
college
that we
there.
go get what's the quarterback at San Francisco then, and just really complete everything altogether?
Jimmy G.
Alex Smith?
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Alex.
Listen,
Yeah,
Smith.
Arlington Heights. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was my point with
Been in San Francisco
Jim
10 years.
Harbaugh, 44-19. People always forget what he did at San Francisco in the NFL. He went to 3 straight NFC championships, 4-0 against the Packers, 44-19, and he turned around Alex Smith's career. Remember, everyone said he was a bust. Jim went in there, worked with Alex Smith. Alex Smith isn't even in the league if it wasn't for Harbaugh. These are the things I'm talking about with Jim. This guy's out there. You have an opportunity. If I was to choose Sean Payton and giving up draft capital and getting rid of Ryan Pace and keeping Pace, or getting Jim Harbaugh, let Jim decide who the GM is and help this franchise. To me, Harbaugh over Payton.
This is a good question right here from Eric. And the way that I understand it, and it's crazy that it's set up this way. If it's an internal promotion, you do not get the compensation of
this
the
is
picks.
the dumbest thing.
It's got to be from the outside. So, like, I brought up the name Lake Dawson. He's already interviewed with the Bears before for a spot back when they interviewed Ryan Pace. So if you brought in Lake Dawson, who's in Buffalo as the DPP, I believe, that would be he would be getting upgraded to general manager, and along with him would come 2 third-round picks. If you promoted Champ Kelly, you're just promoting him. You're not getting the. But to me,
Shayne, where do you send the promo? Gavin wants to know. Gavin Hugo. They send it to Twitter or
anywhere. Yeah, send it to me on at Shayne Marsaw. Send it to me at Shayne Marsaw. Just DM me on Twitter.
Always goes down in the DMs.
Yeah.
If you have Twitter. If you don't, you could send it to the TTNL.
Right. We need 10 of them, though.
You got to have 10. Got to get 10. Anyway, Are we doing bear up, bear down, Shayne? You guys ready for that?
It's Cherie's call.
Cherie, you're producing tonight. Bear up, bear down.
Yes.
Bear up, bear down.
Philatojan, Shayne Marsaw, the Tape Never Lies Network.
A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up, a bear down. It's Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man around. A bear up. This week, Draft Dr. Phil and Shayne Marsaw, the smartest man. Bear ups and bear downs of the week.
Bear up, bear down. If you're a new listener, you're listening on the podcast, you can't see us. And probably the most handsome man on TTNL, as Claudio calls him, Mikey T.
No, dude, Shayne told me to say that. I keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100.
Yeah, it was. I texted him. Don't forget to raise
Claudio selling you out, Shayne.
Don't forget to self-proclaim.
No snitches get stitches, Claudio.
That's right.
Mike doesn't miss a beat. Mike heard that little
I'm
dig
pretty
there.
sure pre-show, Phil, did we not hear the words from Claudio? I'm going to take a couple of digs at Mikey.
Yes, we did.
My paisano. Listen, what the fuck?
Keep in mind, I didn't think you could be in the background and hear it, so I didn't think you'd even fucking get to you until like tomorrow. So I was like, fuck it. No, I love you, Mike. I love you, bro.
Too late, Claudio. Way too late.
Bear up is the positive guy in the game, or could be anything. The coach, official, whatever. Bear down is the negative. It's the opposite of the, Bears fight song that they play after every point. Do you guys like the fight song? Do you want to get rid of the fight song? Go around real quick on that.
For what?
The Bears, after every score, they play. Dun, 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 dun.
Chicago Bears.
Claudio has it as his ringtone.
Victory.
No one hears it more than him.
It. Yeah, I don't mind it.
I don't mind. Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I love it,
Claudio.
I love it.
Keep it, of course.
So
how long have they been doing it for?
They've only got to play it 26 times this year.
How long have they been doing that?
Since I can remember.
Wait, don't they play it at the field goals too?
Oh yeah,
any score.
Any score.
They got to take advantage of it. They'd never get to play it.
I mean, nobody scores less than the Bears, so we've got to make sure that we
It's really
celebrate
the only
every
thing
point.
the fans have that they do together is that song, right? I mean, there's really no chant.
Yep.
There's no, there's
They even play it after Allen Robinson makes a block.
Yeah,
sure. We haven't heard it yet this season. I can't confirm that at all.
Allen Robinson will be moving on this game. We're moving on. I just wanted to go around real quick, and you in the chat could throw it in. You want it? You like the fight song? Do you not? Do you want it dressed up? Does Cool Kennedy need to remix it? Whatever. Bring it into the chat. It's interesting. Cherie, you're bear down this week.
I'm going to take the layup. My bear down is definitely Allen Robinson. He's just
She's keeping it 100. She's keeping it 100.
Yeah, he's got. I'm one more game. He's gone, and because he's been useless this whole season. So
yeah, I totally agree. I've never had the trajectory of player affection that I've had with him. And that's even with Eddie Jackson. Allen Robinson, I was like, this fucking guy gets it. Professional. It's not arrogant. Not this. Boy, did I figure out how selfish he was, which is a worse trait than arrogance, especially in the sport of football. It's a team game, Allen. Team game. Cherie, you're 100% right. Claudio, you're bear down.
I'm gonna go with Andy Dalton, and this dude just
Claudio.
he didn't
Why is
come
he
through.
starting over Foles?
Dude, Foles, I mean, Obviously,
if Justin was hurt.
Yeah. I mean,
You
Fields is
start
in there.
Justin.
He's making, I mean, these runs. There's so many runs he could have took, and it's just this dude just did not. It was a layup game for him to have a great game, and he couldn't do it. So he'll probably be gone. So I guess the last we'll see of him. But he's Andy Dalton's my bear down.
Good call. Good call. Andy Dalton. I thought, Mike, did you agree? And Cars, because I know what Shayne felt, that Nick Foles, if Justin was hurt, supposedly, he was doing club dub fine, but if he was hurt, shouldn't Foles have been the coaching strategy because he's with this football team moving forward, and Andy Dalton, we bid you adieu?
100%.
I mean, you said strategy. Why are you using that as a word? We have 2 fucking games left, and Jason Peters starts over Tevin Jenkins because he's a Hall of Fame player. Like, strategy. If you ever, I'm going to age myself. If you remember the old SNLs where they had George Bush debating against Al Gore, right? And there's one word, and it was strategery. Like, that is how stupid these people are, and I can't handle it. So no, I'm not shocked. There's no strategy. It's just like, that. There we go. That's what we're doing.
So well said, man. And I got some fire out of you. Mr. Tenerelli, your bear down.
Perfect layup to my bear down. It's easy for me. Ryan Pace. You're still the GM. You're still allowing Matt Nagy to put fucking not start Jenkins, start Dalton, this and that. If you had any pride whatsoever, you go into Nagy's office Saturday, you tell him, look, this is who's starting this game. We got nothing to play for. I want to see these guys. And it just seems like that they've all just given up. And Ryan Pace, you got to go all the way up to the top, at least with who chooses who plays or who should be choosing who's playing. So Ryan Pace is my bear down.
Yeah, and he had Mike Glennon on the other side that Pace paid all that money, looking like a fucking fool. So
I'm a pretty good source.
To your Pace.
He's a pretty good source, and yes, I like it, Mike. The first time I think on bear up, bear down, Ryan Pace has gotten a bear down. Mr. Cars.
So as I was poolside in Florida, I did not really watch the game.
Lord Cars.
You were? Where's the tan, bro? Were you shaved?
Yeah. What do you think? I lather up an SPF 930 to make sure that I'm okay.
Your wife was feeling that tan.
Oh no, she was no. But to go along with that, mine is Matt Nagy, because the last half of the season should have all been about the development of the young guys. Thomas Graham, Tevin, Borum. 2 weeks ago, Borum should have been starting, and he started Effetti because it was the Seahawks. The biggest issue with this franchise right now is, as much as I have hope, we don't know what Justin Fields is, and that's on Matt. We don't know if Borum and Jenkins are the guys. We don't know, and it's all because this jackass has no idea what to do. So Matt Nagy is my bear down.
There's hope, guys. There's hope.
I hope
if
there's hope.
Got the right.
I hope there's hope. That's exactly the hidden DDP nugget in there. That's what Cars is talking about, and that's what, unfortunately, 100% stole my bear down just now.
Perfect. I can leave. It was good seeing everybody today. My work here is done.
My bear down. Now I got to switch this up because I had Matt Nagy. Whoever, I'm going to cheat the system here. So there's a little Matt Nagy influence in my bear down because it got me so fired up, guys. Whoever decided to call Wildcat at the end of the game and try to rub it in the Giants' faces was the most embarrassing, agitated moment of the season for me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, take a knee, call the game over. run a power play, challenge them to stop you. But in typical this culture, that's the envy of the league, whether it was Bill Lazor, Matt Nagy, or whoever, that moment for me is the definition of why this fucking guy should be fucking fired so long ago, why this whole organization and why there might be hope, to Cars's point, that Justin Fields is having to deal with this kind of stupidity on every level. You had that one in the fucking playbook. Please get rid of the whole fucking playbook. That your playbook is my bear down. How about that? There you go. The Matt Nagy playbook. Bear down. Thank you and good riddance. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Greek Diner Menu. Bye, Waffle House. Whatever the fuck. Goodbye. Shayne, you're a bear down.
Yeah, I mentioned the guy earlier. I think you saw your last game in Chicago for Eddie Goldman. I think he got 15 snaps, 27 years old, should be a key cog in this defense. I just mentally, I think he's tapped out. He got paid. Yeah, he just doesn't care. Cars is 100% correct. I mean, for him to get 15 snaps against the Giants, that should be a fucking team that you are mollywhopping every fucking time you're lining up. And you saw the Bears make the shift. Tonga's I don't want to steal anybody's guy for bear up, but you could fucking give Kairos Tonga bear up just on his block on Montgomery's touchdown.
He did better than
killed two guys.
JP Holtz or Mike Burton ever did. So that's for sure.
But
That's for sure.
I just believed in Eddie Goldman, the player, so much. I mean, when I scouted him, loved the guy. Phil knows. Phil was right there when they fucking drafted him. I was so fucking happy. Wasn't a huge fan of the Kevin White pick, but it made it up for me when they drafted Eddie Goldman, and that's a ton of talent to waste.
I remember
man.
Shayne saying, Phil, they're going to the 3-4. This is the perfect nose guy.
Yeah, I wanted Edwards or Goldman.
And now we have both of them.
Right.
And so had 7 snaps or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. It's sad, but I think you saw his last, hurrah in Soldier Field, and for that, I mean, you're going out the wrong way, man. 27 years old, you pissing it all away. And that shit doesn't sell in the NFL. Somebody's going to take another chance on Eddie Goldman. I'm sure he's going to go south and end up in Miami or someplace like that. But
Jacksonville.
Yeah, Eddie Goldman, you're my bear down.
Good job. Now we snake it back. Shayne, you get your bear up. Bear up.
Definitely taking the layup here. Big Rob, got to go there. I mean, this game was, I don't want to say that it was hard to watch, but I found myself standing up and inching closer to the TV, pulling Riley out of the chair. Riley fired like 6 chicken nuggets across my room when Mike Glennon threw out of that one sack because we thought he broke the record right there. And he's such a class guy. I didn't know a whole lot about Robert Quinn before he got here, but like today, I don't know if you heard his quote, he got the good guy award. And he's like, you got 2 things in life. You have your word and your nuts, and you don't want to lose either. And I'm like, that's so fucking great. It's so true, but the dude just gets it.
I didn't hear that.
It really bothered him what he put on tape last year. He's like, I knew that wasn't me, and I knew I had to come back and show something different. And when you're building a team, yeah, he's making a shitload of money. I get it. Pass rushers get paid. But when you're building a team, you need people like Robert Quinn. Talent aside, you need to build your team with people like Robert Quinn. Because I think Robert Quinn would be out there playing if he was getting the league minimum. I just think he loves football, and he is so fucking good. Man, he is so fun to watch. So Robert Quinn, the sack master, man. The number one in Bears.
Shayne,
that's great.
Can you
See on
remember
his jersey next year?
Yeah,
I think Michael Strahan called in a favor to the Giants. How the fuck does they only drop back 11 times in that game?
Oh, they totally made it. And
Are you
one of
kidding me?
those-
Like in a blowout game, you only drop back.
Could have been
11
leading
times.
the league until
Strahan was
TJ
like,
Watt.
"Listen, this dude can't beat my record."
TJ went fucking. Well, that record's probably going down, man. TJ Watt went fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Did you see
Cleveland.
Did you see Joe Judge's press conference
Yeah,
afterwards?
so
That's
bad.
how that guy was like. Old guys that used to be here call me all the time, wishing they stayed here, and guys are going to be free agents want to stay. Yeah, because they know you're dumb enough to pay them, and they're not going to make as much somewhere else. That's the only reason why.
That sounds very. What did they say? People want to have our culture. That sounds.
The Giants are the envy of the league too, Cars.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Our culture is the envy of the league. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure it is.
This guy, this network stood for Robert Quinn, and Shayne could attest. That was one of the guys that I just absolutely loved because of what he was able to bend, dip, and be relentless. Obviously, playing on a bad wheel hurt. We've talked about this before. We talked about PFF.
These guys will tell you the best abilities is availability.
I can give you a tweet
Yeah,
right here,
that's
Robert
fast.
Quinn related. And
Yes.
it's from somebody that you guys might know. It's at Shayne Marsaw. That's me. But
There you
anyways, I tweeted out in 54 games with the Bears, Leonard Floyd had 18.5 sacks. In 29 games with the Bears, Robert Quinn has 19. And this was before he did it. In 2 more games played, 31 over the last 2 seasons, Floyd has 19.5 to Quinn's 19. So that's, when
it's
people
not
are
even close.
It's very close, but I mean, a lot of people are saying that the Bears made a huge mistake, huge blunder by letting Leonard Floyd go. Robert Quinn has played in less games.
Well, I don't
and
even care about the
has
sacks. Their play on the field isn't even close.
Oh,
What
no.
Robert
Yeah.
Quinn does in the run game.
Yeah, Phil,
guys.
you used to have guys like Mike Brez
Oh, my
before
God.
he got launched to the fucking moon. Used to say that Leonard Floyd was one of the best guys, setting the edge in the NFL. And listen, you didn't
pay a
draft
guy
douche
$15
hole.
million a year to
Exactly.
set an
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah. Why did you draft Leonard Floyd? Oh, because he can set the edge. No, you don't do that in a fucking
No.
top 10. That's a fucking problem.
It is.
Give me some fucking names. Give this kid 2 fucking games. Give me some fucking names.
I'm going to give you some fucking names. My bear up this week goes to Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney.
Sorry, Claudio.
I'm just watching him. Obviously,
Claudio's
think of
looking
something
at,
else now,
feverishly
I guess.
looking at the roster right now. Who can I take?
Listen, I wanted to jump in before when you guys were talking about Mooney, though. Before you,
there's some.
this
go
dude,
ahead.
you're saying he's not a number one. Maybe he's not a bona fide number one best in the league, but this dude might have 1,000 yards on a really bad passing, one of the worst passing offenses in history here. Waiting to fucking do that shit.
Shayne
All right, go
was
ahead, Phil.
waiting.
I'm sorry to cut you
Listen, Darnell Mooney, to me, is showing me the effort where I want to see it. It's down the field, ball, be a pass catcher, but show effort to your team. What he was doing in the run game, I'll break down.
It's amazing.
He's not afraid to mix it up. And at 178 pounds, probably 180.
178. You hit it right
I was on the
head.
money. Look at that. He's just showing everybody why Allen Robinson's gone. That's the kind of guy that I want. And I believe, I understand what Claudio's trying to say, but he's not there yet. But keep putting this effort on tape, work on your craft. He has the speed. And to Claudio's point, to be able to do what he's been able to do with numbers, I get it. It's really good.
Quarterback
So
carousel. I mean,
yes, he's something special. And again, I just thought his effort in the run game. I could have easily taken Demo because it's easy, but Darnell, I wanted to give him some props for his effort blocking out there, and I'll make an emphasis on that. So Darnell Mooney, you are my bear up this week. Cars.
I'm going to take the easy way out. My bear up is Mike Glennon for just being
Took mine.
a wonderful gift giver to his former team.
You could add
really,
an offensive game plan too for the Giants. You could have that in.
Did you see how red his face was on after the first play when he went to the sideline? I mean, he got fucking murdered by Gibson, but he was so embarrassed. If you run that back, I mean, the back of his neck was blood red. His face was blood red. Can you imagine what was going through his fucking mind? Like, first fucking snap.
This is my game. I'm going to show them what they were missing out on. And there it is. But no, I mean, he's I'm really looking forward to, again, when some team pays him $5 million in the offseason to be a backup quarterback, because for some reason he will just still get that job. But Mike Glennon is my bear up for the week.
Look at that.
Maybe he can
This is
back
another
up Jordan
first
Love
time.
next year. That'd be nice.
My guy, Mikey Tenerelli. You know how to play the game. Who's your bear up?
Well, since Cars took mine, I thought Nolan would take that, but I'm going to go with Travis Gibson. I mean, the first play of the game, I could have fucking made that strip sack. I mean, he was unblocked, but he's still he seems like he's improving. He seems like he's going to be a building block to this team, along with of course Mac and Quinn. But he's doing good things, and I hope to see steady improvement with him under a different staff, because one thing we don't talk about enough here as well is player development, and this staff has failed miserably at that. So hopefully a new D coordinator, a new D line coach, new outside linebacker coach, whatever you want to call it, have it, gets the most out of him, and you can continue to see that improvement. So my bear up is Travis Gibson.
Great pick. Obviously, we talked earlier. If you're just tuning in now, Shayne pointed out, can you believe that Travis Gibson had, what was it, 20?
He had 20 snaps, and Bruce Irvin had 36.
I mean, who's shocked? Again, who's shocked?
How do you develop players when you don't play them?
Yeah.
Exactly. Here's a guy, not only is he playing really well, which makes it even worse. Think about it. Like, the kid's got 2 strip sacks in the game, and you're still playing Bruce Irvin and this other dude. They just continue to play him, Kamara. I don't understand what Bilal Nichols and Kamara. Bilal has taken the precipitous fall from grace. I really thought he was going to play better, but oh my God. Anyway, I'll go on a rant. Travis Gibson, great choice. Limited snaps, was able to get 2 strip sacks in a game. Unbelievable. He was going to be my choice, but I knew someone was going to take him, and I wanted to praise Mooney before Claudio. Claudio.
All right, I got other guys.
Bear up, Claudio.
So listen, the deep line, obviously, we got a couple of them already, and they just went off this game. And Angelo Blackson, another one that went off.
Angelo Blackson.
What about Angelo?
What about Angelo? What about him?
No, I mean, he got that safety. The dude just, he's playing hard.
What?
And, I think
No, we're very economical, my family.
It's the lean for me.
It's the high pitched laugh for me every time.
The question was, do you have Netflix, Angelo?
I think that's what the question is.
No. We're very economical.
Angelo Blackson, I'm sure, has Netflix. So yes, good call.
He's
Claudia.
my bear up.
Angelo Blackson.
Give me some fucking names.
Come on, Cherie, give him some fucking names here.
It's tough.
Your bear up.
I'm gonna give him a name he already said. I'm gonna have to go with Tonga. Outside of just the block, but he had a pretty solid game. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna do next season.
There's another confusing personnel, the politics over performance. Why isn't this kid out there getting some reps? Every time he's out there, Berlissimo on X's with the O's was breaking this stuff down. It's gonna be a nice segue here as we wrap up. Bear up, bear down. Tonga continues to take on double teams, make the line of scrimmage in the backfield, do everything he needs to, but guess how many reps he got? Who can make a guess on how many?
13.
15.
10.
8. Not including the fucking offensive. Let me double check. Somebody give me that stat.
Whatever it is, it's not enough.
Yeah.
Right. There you go.
That's including the fucking play at fullback. This is the kind of stuff that just baffles us. And we break this stuff down. If you're not a patron, I know Mikey T supports us.
You know who's
as
not a patron?
Who?
Angelo.
Greg. Angelo. Angelo, since you're the guest, this is the shout out segment. You got anybody you'd like to shout out tonight?
I like to give a shout out to all the people that coached me in Lambert Hall. Scott McQueenie, Scott Medeiros, Coach.
That was
what the hell?
that was
that was not me, Angelo.
All right.
Oh my God, Angelo.
Yeah.
I have no idea what just happened.
That guy Shayne is.
That was the wrong button.
He's got the magic finger.
He's a smart ass, that dude.
Yeah.
He's over there. That guy Shayne.
No, go ahead. Keep naming those guys up because I know all of them. Go ahead. Stop.
Phil, he had
I felt so
21.
bad for that kid.
21.
He had 21. He had 8 special team snaps, but he did have 21 defensive snaps.
Okay, so the person who sent me that stat was wrong. Thank you, Cars.
So he got
But
one
still,
more than Gibson, so that's
got one more
something.
than Gibson.
And only
Rookie
3
rotation.
more than Margus Hunt. So that's always a great.
What the fuck is that? God help me.
It's unbelievable. Listen, as Shayne brings us back to Angelo. Angelo will be back. I think he's going to come on at some point, Shayne. He gave me some New Year's and Christmas love, and I think he's had.
No, Coach.
No, it can't be funny.
Can't be the funny guy no
We
more.
might have to bring him to a game next year.
We gotta bring him.
We got.
Any
Well, that's
game
what we got to
with
do.
Cars.
The
Yeah.
Bears play in New York twice next
Twice. Giants and Jets.
And the
And New
Patriots.
England. They go
Yeah,
all 3 in this area.
year. To do them back.
I was
to
telling
back to
Shayne.
back. Yeah.
He needs to come dressed in his security uniform. He could sit there and be the
Yeah.
security.
Sheree would be like,
We might have to do the meetup in the city.
Oh,
we could
it'd be
have
great.
a new
Yeah.
TTNL meet and greet in New York.
Phil can bring Diddy.
Yeah, a little ditty. About
Would
Diane.
Angelo drive the scooter?
Oh God! Don't make me pull
No,
that
no, no!
clip.
It's too dangerous, Cars.
All right.
I'll put
Because
it
he
in my
still owes
trunk.
me that ride for my birthday, so you know
Yeah.
I'm trying to collect on those
No,
things. Simply.
you only had a limited amount of time to turn
Oh.
that coupon in. Yeah.
Listen, become a patron. We'll talk about these plays. We're gonna break it down. In fact, Berlissimo, my buddy, he was showing you why Tonga needs to be more involved. We look at the tape. Thomas Graham Jr., why should he be out there more? We looked at it. Become a patron. Here's a taste of X's with the O's. Every Saturday morning, you get stuff like this with my dad as well. Me, Berlissimo, and my dad.
X's with the O's. DDP, Coach O, Barelissimo, and they actually figure out the whys.
Yeah, he gets to the races because Daniels actually does a great job.
But they did all that moving around, get the quarterback right into position again. For crying out loud. He's getting fancy. I haven't said it, but Phil said it 100 times. It's all trick plays. A trick with the wrong guy. He'd been better off pulling the ball and him going up the hole.
Never go backwards to get 1 yard. Look at that formation right there. They're consistently in this kind of shit. Where, say you push Allen Robinson way outside that number, put him way out there, and then put someone way down here. All of a sudden, the box gets a little less tight.
But you can tell that the accountability when it comes, no one's calling anybody out on that defense.
Those linebackers have to maintain gap responsibility full speed.
You got to press that thing inside out. So when he oversets here and he gets outside, that step, that right foot step sets him too wide. And now you've turned that defensive end into a 2-gap player who can tackle inside or outside your fuck.
Matt Nagy sold himself because he's a good talker. He is a good talker, but what you need as a head coach and a GM is someone who's going to pick the right people and put them in the right places and play to their strengths. And you've also got to be able to, and it's crucial as any leader, is to be able to accept when you make a mistake. Look, I gave him a chance, I gave him an opportunity, I put him here, I gave him this responsibility, I did the tools, I did that to help him to do it. It's clearly not working.
I've never heard someone say, I made a mistake in this hire. And I mean, regardless of if you're not a football person, you still hired someone.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Those coordinators and everybody that's coaching on that staff could be great. If you got a guy up there that's a schmuck, you're not going anywhere. And that's what's happening. And when you get a real leader, he'll hire the guys that are going to do the job.
Get a coach in here that puts a priority on accountability, game planning. I don't see any of this. If I was to assess any coach and they're in shotgun on 4th and 1, fire that coach. It's just so much that you could do from under center that you can't do in shotgun.
Plus, you're not 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage. The Bears culture, for me, all the way back since I was a kid, was the toughest guys there were. These guys are pussies.
Breaking down the key plays, big moments, and take a deeply detailed look back at each week's big play performers.
Oh my God, Mickey Mouse!
Exclusively for TTNL patrons. X's with Yo's.
There it is.
Your dad's swearing.
And there you have it, guys. Got a nice little web.
You can't help yourself. I'm about to sell the X's with the O's. He plays that. Makes me tear up in laughter. Anyway, my dad was talking about the secondary and how much of a bunch of pussies you got out. Hey, he's keeping it 100.
Yeah.
It's totally worth your $7 each and every week. We break it down on the tape. As you can see, those are some highlights. And we were running that on our network as we go to the offseason. What free agents do they sign? We use the tape to look at it. The draft mob promo is being built right now, Shayne. So you'll be happy about that. And a bunch of other stuff on our patron side, breaking down the tape like you know that we do each and every week. That was X's with the O's. You know what the next, it's Shari's favorite part of the show.
I mean, if I'm going to root for a team, I want to give it all I got.
Next play. Pass.
There was no rhyme or reason.
Drove down the field. Mr. Montgomery breaks a huge run. If he scores on the run, you don't got to worry. But you do got to worry because he gets tackled at the freaking 15.
There was no rhyme or
Next play, shotgun.
The tape never lies.
Bold prediction. What's your prediction? What's your prediction?
Never does.
The old line is playing shitty. What's the skinny? No identity. If Nagy can't find it, Bears will keep it with the enemy. Red zone opportunity. Once again, they gotta settle for 3. The reality of coaching when the defense has to carry the team. Prediction, what you think would happen versus what does. A light year from the Super Bowl and now we're losing buzz. Nagy has no answers, just predictions that don't change. The segment is the truth, give it by the guys and feeling shame.
What's your prediction? That bold prediction.
The tape never lies.
Bold
Never
prediction.
does.
What's your prediction?
Bold prediction. Another original TTNL song. And Cherie, your favorite song, right? Or is yes.
Maron.
Madonna me. Mike Tenerelli, since you're our guest, I'm going to let you go first on this. You know how to play this game, right? You've
Yes,
watched
sir.
this show long enough. You're not like Jackal. He's producing the show. We put him on the spot. He's like, wait, what? I love Jackal. I see him. Hopefully he's off the toilet cars. Hopefully he's back.
Sure, yeah.
Cars wasn't here last week, so he has no idea.
Cars
He has no
missed
idea what he's up.
He
Jackal
left.
had a little shitting
Porcelain. He had a
episode last
porcelain.
week,
Yeah.
where he had to.
He was
leave
doing
in the
shit.
middle of the
Okay.
show
He was doing
very
shit. He
quickly.
was
Finally was doing shit. It
Finally
just
doing
happened to
shit.
be
Yeah.
off the show, right, Claudia?
Happened to be dripping out of his ass.
Can you believe they're still together though? His butt cheeks after all the shit they've been through.
Oh, bring that fat ass over here. I want to get it in my mouth.
His wife was not saying that, I'll tell you. Here we go. Bold predictions. Magic Mike.
Who gave me that nickname?
Now,
Somebody changed my my title there. I don't know who it was.
It wasn't me. Was it Cherie? Oh, it was Cherie. Give me some fucking names.
When in doubt, it's Shayne. When in doubt.
It wasn't me, I promise.
It definitely wasn't me because I don't type during. You can hear me type. Hear that?
Oh, it's all good. I don't think this is very bold, but I'm going to go with my man Robert Quinn. I think he's going to get 2 sacks to give him 20 on the year. And
Wow.
I think to go back to one of my favorite coaches of mine, Robert Quinn plays like his hair is on fire, and that's my bold prediction.
Nice. What's the score, though? Don't pull a Jackal here.
I'm going to go 2013 Vikings. I just think that I don't know. I think Nagy hasn't completely lost the locker room. It's the last game of the year. I just don't see. I don't see him winning. They won 3 in a row. That's a shock. So I just want to blow this up. I always root for them to win, but if they lose, it's just even easier, as Andy's saying, just to launch this whole fucking thing and start this, what I believe to be the most important offseason in the past 10 to 15 years. Let's start it Sunday night after we lose, and Nagy's launch that night at 10:45, like Shayne said.
There you go. Bold prediction. Hey, cut it out. Claudio, the barber.
Again, no cut it out. All right.
No cut it out.
I'm going the Bears are gonna win, man. Fields is gonna be playing. The
His
defense is
cousin's playing.
Yes.
He is.
Today they announced it.
Yeah, they activated him.
Oh,
Do you like that?
You knew it wasn't going to be Kellen Mond. Jesus Christ. That was about the worst fucking endorsement ever.
I thought Sean Mannion started the game, right?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Well, did you see the reporters with Zimmer on Kellen
I
Mond?
didn't get to see it.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Do you
Did
think
someone
that
pull it up?
you should get a look at Kellen Mond next week, the end of the season? He's like, no. And they said, well, why not? And he's like, I see him every day.
Yeah, don't you want to see him in the game? No, I see him every day.
Yeah, I see him every day. That's a Adam Hogue's pick at number 25 after a trade down in the first round.
Adam Hogue.
Hopefully we could get Adam Hogue on. I like Adam Hogue. I've had a good relationship. I would like to get him on the show. I don't understand why we can't do that, fans. Can somebody make that happen? And I will ask him to his face. Kellen Mond at 25?
Yeah, I think it's just he was doing a weekly mock draft. I think he just threw it out there to be, change it up a little bit. But
don't make excuses for him.
I'm not. I'm just saying that's what he was doing. He's doing a mock draft every week.
Okay. Claudio.
So my score, I got the Bears winning 24-10. I think it's going to be another good
24-10 Bears in Minnesota.
I think they're going to go out.
Does Justin Jefferson die?
And my
Jesus.
With Kirk Cousins throwing to him, yeah, maybe.
If the defense gets pressure on them.
All right, go ahead, guys.
He is the Rodney Dangerfield of this podcast. He gets no respect.
No respect.
No respect.
Claudio deserves all of it. He's got his own segment. He just doesn't do it anymore.
I just don't do it. I'm not doing it.
What happened to you?
I don't got time for it right now. I'll do it next week. Last week, I'll do it.
We need
that'll be my
to
bold
cut it out
prediction
next week.
No, my bold prediction.
Bold prediction. He's gonna do his.
No,
he's gonna do his segment.
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney.
I don't give a fuck that he smokes weed. They all smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day.
You can. I know what you're gonna do.
Clip. That's the OG.
That's
clip.
the OG.
You're gonna have Darnell
That's
Mooney
from the old barbershop.
Yeah.
You're gonna have Darnell Mooney running, throwing, and catching a touchdown, aren't you?
No, but he is catching one of Justin Fields' 3 touchdowns. That's my bold.
There's his
Justin
bold
Fields,
prediction.
3 touchdowns. One of them will be to Mooney, of course.
3 tutties in a Bears win. Look at you.
Could be mixed, run and pass. So just 3 total touchdowns.
That wasn't
All right, good show, everybody.
Thanks for stopping.
And broadcast. Where's that button? Hold on. Where is it?
Oh my God.
Cherie, your prediction and your bold prediction.
So I do think the Bears are gonna win this one. I just always feel like we split with the Vikings. So just based off of that, I'm gonna say Bears win 2017. My bold prediction is our defense holds Cook to 70 yards.
Nice.
That works.
I like it. I like it a lot. 20-17. Hold. They always play well. Is Akeem on the injury report today? Because he fucking hates Dalvin Cook. I don't think there's ever been a player. I thought he hated Drew Brees. I think he hates Dalvin Cook even more. Watch every tackle.
Every play.
He's just
talking
going
mad shit, Dalvin.
Talking mad shit to him. Something Dalvin did.
Keem was on with an ankle, did not participate.
Oh boy.
That's why
It's only Wednesday.
Shayne.
Yeah, it's only Wednesday, so that's pretty normal.
Don't want to see his bear career end that way.
I need to see him on the field.
Robert Quinn didn't participate either with a shoulder.
Oh boy.
Because he's carrying the defense.
He'll play.
Don't worry, they'll call up some random guy off the street, and Travis Gibson won't see a single snap because of it. So don't worry.
Typical. Shayne Marsaw, your bold prediction.
I hate the Minnesota Vikings. I think I've made that very aware on here. I think the Bears win. I think in true Bears fashion, they always seem to do something at the end of the year, and I think Justin Fields is going to provide us with some momentum going into the offseason where we get excited after the game because he played well, and then we're going to look forward to Nagy and company getting launched. But, I think the Bears are going to win the game 22-19, I'll say.
22-19.
Yep. 2 touchdowns from Justin Fields, and both of them will be to Darnell Mooney.
So we get a safety in this one?
I'm not the only one that likes Mooney.
We get a safety in there.
Yeah.
We just got
Look
a
at
safety.
you.
Yeah, we just got a safety last week.
We did.
It was Glennon.
Yeah.
More importantly,
Glennon
Shane
was on the running back.
Was on the running back, Cherie.
Yeah.
But
I
we
mean,
will
I'm just
blame
saying,
him.
we got every play against
There was
the
a
Giants.
Eddie Jackson's strip there. I thought that was his fuck.
Yeah.
He got fucked. That was a touchdown.
I agree.
I really did. All right.
One
My
good play,
prediction, Bears win. Right? 24-23. My bold prediction on this is it's a last-second touchdown pass
from David Montgomery.
No.
Are you kidding? Jakeem Grant.
Get off
Jakeem Grant.
Jimmy Graham in the end zone. I'm specifically saying Jimmy
It's gonna
Graham
be another walk-off like
on a
the playoff
jump
game?
ball. Yes, on a jump ball. I see it, so I'm saying it. I'm seeing it, so I'm saying it. Jimmy Graham to end the game. They're down, and they win the game by 1. To Jimmy Graham, Justin Fields touchdown on the last play of the game. There you go. Cars.
So I have us winning because, as Shree pointed out, we are 11-10 against Minnesota. We basically have continually just keep splitting with them. So I think we're going to do it. I have us winning. I don't know. Let's make it a barn burner, 16-13. My bold prediction is that Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson will have to get split up from fighting on the sideline, as Jefferson is going to be wide open all day, and Kirk Cousins is going to badly miss him over and over, so they will fight. That is my bold prediction.
You got to fight. Fight on the
quick.
sideline. Real quick.
You're frozen.
He froze.
Oh my!
With 1,000.
Holy cow. You froze on your real quick.
I wish I want someone to grab a screen grab of that because
Nope.
is perfect for that.
We need a screen grab or a clip of that, Caden. What did you
Bear
say
Truth's
now?
asking. He's
He has
asking
nine-
me, but
Yeah, 929 yards.
So
He has
71 yards.
929 now?
yeah. So
Oh,
I
yeah, he's
definitely
getting
think
it.
it's
Yeah, he'll
over
get it.
100.
You
I'll
think
get it.
that Matt Nagy's that smart though?
Who else is he
Not
going
only is
to
he
throw
that
to?
It would
smart.
be so.
He should be
it would
throwing
be
number
so.
17.
Dude,
Do you remember
this
like
is the
Bobby
guy that
Engram
threw
had
an
like,
extra touchdown.
Remember
for
Bobby Engram like
Mitch.
had like 3 years in a row where he ended to like 996,
Oh, yeah.
991.
Yeah, because I was a big Bobby Ingram fan.
Loved him. The fucker would catch a house if you threw it to him.
Oh my God, I loved Bobby Ingram. Move the chains, Bobby. That's what I used to yell on Madden, by the way.
She agrees with the decisions that we've made. She's pissed off.
Fuck out of here, Ted.
Ted Phillips is
that
such a dick.
It's that.
You know who he reminds me of? And I love the dude because he's funny as shit. But he could play Ted Phillips in a fucking movie. Is Levy, the dude from Up Shit's Creek? And
Eugene Levy. I
Yeah.
like him.
The dad from
He
American
turns his-
Pie.
American
Yeah.
Pie dad. He
bushier
looks
eyebrows.
over with this head. You got to watch it again. Shane pointed it out to me.
Yeah.
Now it infuriates me, Mike.
Yeah, he looks up with like a
He's like,
cockiness.
Yeah, he says she's
She is
pissed off, and it was like he was trying to sell it. Like, yeah, we're
Yeah.
this old fucking
We
bag
get
of
it.
bones is like super pissed. She
this is
called us a
2017,
couple duty heads. Yeah,
right? This is before
Yes.
John Fox.
just focus on Ted Phillips.
Just
and when
watch
George
Ted,
says she's
people.
pissed off, he does one of these. He's looking down like he doesn't give a fuck, and he's like,
Yeah,
it's so fucking
It
annoying.
infuriates me that this guy. Can you imagine? This guy is involved in all these things that all these blog boys. Mike said, no, he's not. He's just the accountant. No,
He's not
been
involved in football decisions. He only hires the people that make football
Yeah,
decisions.
me and Shane would fight, and Cars would fight these fucks. Like, what are you fucking thinking? Who's making these choices, you assholes? This is the football guy.
The thing that still, and I want to pull this up from when we had the show post during the press conference when Potash literally went to George and he's like, "So you guys say we have all this. We don't win under Ted. When is winning under Ted going to be an issue? And his response is, well, at some point, we're going to report to somebody not on the football side in this organization. And Potash is like, that's great, but you guys have a losing record under Ted. And he was like, I had no idea. It was like this. I had no idea. They're completely blissfully unaware of how shitty they have been. They have a losing record under Ted Phillips. A losing record. It's incredible.
He's horrific. Horrific. His reputation around the league is a joke. A joke. Everybody that knows this franchise wants him gone. Ballard, that was his number one thing. Got to get Ted the fuck out of here. The people that want to fix it know this. We're going to play it in a second, but I want to be reminded, Shayne, this was 2017.
Yeah,
it was just fired Mark Trestman, right?
It was them leading into Pace and Fox and Accorsi.
So here's where Mama was pissed. Happy birthday, Virginia.
She agrees with the decisions that we've made. She's pissed off.
Fuck out of here, Ted.
What's up, gangsters? Like, that is all that is at that point.
It's not even an acknowledgement. It's like, yeah, she's fucking like,
she even used the word pissed. And this is a lady who normally draws the line at ticked. And if that doesn't tell you how angry she is, she said it.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Oh,
that's
it. God.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
It's the most obnoxious moment. And then they came back with collaboration and all of that stuff. And that was in, they end up hiring Matt. They kept Matt Nagy last year. And now here we are. So we're all, and yes, if you're a patron, www.thetapeneverlies.com, we will be going live as soon as the firing is announced. How did they handle it? Breaking all of that stuff down on our patron side. So yes, I saw a few people asking, are we going to have a live show? Yep, we are going to be live on the patron side. Become a patron to tapeneverlies.com to become a patron. And we will go live breaking down the fucking halls of Halas Hall. How do they handle this? George Halas is rolling over in his grave. Telling you right now, his daughter didn't have the wherewithal to hire the right people. She never has. Is that all our bold predictions, guys? Got them all knocked out. Everybody went. I don't want to skip over Jackal. Are you on the potty, Jackal?
Nope.
Where is
This
it?
invention here is called the Cobb Quickie.
Cobb Quickie.
No, Jackal had a bounce. He's actually having a minor. He has a minor procedure tomorrow. He's got to get up early.
Yes. I wanted to say that, but I'm saving it for my shout out.
Big plays are nice. They're good. We need more of those.
Speaking of shout outs, this is the part of the show where we wrap it all up and we give some shout outs and some love.
Shout out Tape Never Lies. Shout out, I know you hear me, baby. Shout out, I know you see me, baby. Shout out, we gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew, gotta show love too. Shout out, I know you hear me, baby. Shout out, I know you see me, baby. Shout out, we gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew, gotta show love too. From the fans in the stands to the follows on the gram. Thanks for your support, showing love in the DM. We stay Spencer strong, fight together till the end. Now it's time to shout out worldwide friends and fam. Like
the network that keeps it real, 100 crew. So many in the world that I gotta show love to. For some this part, see the show is at its end. But for me it's so important, thank the charter members and the fans. Built the network, speak the truth through the tape. Never run around the truth. No narratives we create. Set them straight, no bubble screen on 4th and 8. Claudio Shayne getting nervous, cause keeping them up too late. That's it, no more to say that get the shot of vital. But hurry up, cause the postman's getting homicidal. Shout out,
I know you hear me, baby. Shout out, I know you see me, baby. Shout out, we gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew, gotta show love too. Shout out, I know you hear me, baby. Shout out, I know you see me, baby. Shout out, we gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew, gotta show love too.
The network that keeps it real. Sense is strong.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
There you go. How are we doing? There you go.
Pretty close.
We gotta just allow Eugene to be mean. Eugene's gotta get into.
Can't you see him looking at somebody and go, "We'll just tell Virginia that we ate the pie." Like that is all I see in that picture right then and there.
That was good.
Yes, we got the music playing. We got that.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, Shayne got it.
This is
Mikey's got it. Sorry, Mike. I didn't see your thing.
Right?
Yeah, do your thing, man. And I'll add this. Yeah.
No problem. There we go. Mikey T, I know you got to bounce. We love you. Appreciate you jumping on the show.
No
shouting
problem.
you
Love
out
you guys,
for
man.
coming on.
Shouting you guys out as well. Like I said, man, you guys, everything you say is just what I'm thinking. It's unbelievable. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I wanted to shout out my fiance. I'm getting married in 2 months here, in February 25th. So
that's my son's birthday.
Oh,
wait,
no,
it's Riley's
that's awesome.
birthday. Yeah,
I keep checking the mail. Am I getting the speech invite or can I speak at this wedding?
It's in the mail, Phil. I'll see you in Cabo.
I'll just take the invite to the. Oh, it's an what do they call that? Destination wedding.
Yep.
Nothing
Look
wrong
at
with
you.
Cabo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cabo.
Yeah.
Look at you. Howard
So,
Stern's jealous of you right
and
now.
also, Shayne, give my best to Riley for me. I wanted to mention that as well. And I'll be glad to come back anytime, guys. Love you, and I can't wait to see what happens Sunday night. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Mikey T, we love you, man.
Yeah, bro.
All the best. Congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoy the wedding.
Give him hell in Cabo.
I will.
Have a
Talk to you
couple of what was that? Funky Monkeys, Coco Locos. Gotta have that drink. I'm telling you.
Bahama Mamas.
Bahama Mama. Cherie's like, what are these?
He's just throwing
I'm
out.
aware of all of those. My
She's like, I'm aware of all this.
Well, Mike Tenerelli, former
Stayed on
Bachelorette
the whole show. He was
stayed on the whole
pre-show pretty much. I mean,
yeah, he jumped on early and stayed late. He's preparing for his future marriage.
We have video of Claudio in Cabo at the reception.
Oh, bring that fat.
It's funny because it's true.
Oh,
boy, so bad.
Cherie, happy New Year to everybody from TTNL, all the people watching live here. We didn't get to wish everybody a happy New Year on Keeping It 100. We've done it on BHL, but not here. So happy New Year to you. Do you have some shout outs?
Yes. Again, happy New Year. Definitely want to shout out Cam. The fact that he's up. I know he's still in the hospital, but the fact that he's up, he's listening. We know he's listening. He's able to interact with the chat in the chat. So that's a good sign. So welcome back, Cam. And shout out to the rest of the TTNL crew.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. How was your New Year, Cherie? Did you celebrate?
Of course I did.
You had a good time.
What was his name?
Oh my God, no.
Oh.
It was a girl's.
Whoa, even better. Go ahead.
Somebody get the spray bottle and just start hitting him with it, would you?
No, HR is going to be
Bring
getting
that
hit up.
fat ass over here.
Newest invention here is called the Cobb Quickie.
Sure. Partying with Cherie next year.
Oh my gosh. COVID tried to ruin it, but we had a little get together, went to a restaurant on the waterfront and watched the fireworks at midnight. So
Nice.
it was pretty cool.
What kind of restaurant was it?
It was like a steakhouse.
Obviously, sushi.
Steakhouse.
Shut up.
Oh,
Jesus.
Don't be surprised, guys. I've got something special for you in my sack.
Oh, Jesus, Shayne.
This is going downhill faster than normal.
Steakhouse, did you get the surf and turf?
No, I just got a regular sirloin.
Lick and split.
Shut. Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
Good Lord.
Can't help himself. He just can't help himself.
Phil, can you hear me? This is your dad speaking. Can you hear me? I'm in space.
That's the best part.
I forget about Alex Azevedo in the back. I saw Ivan earlier and Alex. Are they still there? Shout them out. Great job, Cherie. I'm glad you enjoyed your steak. Was it a good steak though? For real?
This was the restaurant I hadn't been to, so it was pretty good food and it's walking distance for me. So Jesus, Shayne, hold it in.
That's
being nice.
Showing some restraint.
Somebody get a spray bottle stat and just start hitting them with it.
Oh my God.
Listen, showing some restraint. I'm glad you enjoyed the steakhouse. Claudio, the barber.
Yes. Shout out to everybody here. Always making a good Wednesday night, of course. Jackal, good luck tomorrow. Guy Corn Planter in this chat. He made me laugh a couple times or whatever, so he's in there. HL Priest, Ron G, Eugene Cope. They reached out to me last week about my daughter. I want to thank you. Shout out to you guys. And that's it. You know, my kids, everybody. Just shout out to everybody. Everybody that's listening. Thank you for listening.
Job.
Thank you for being fans. So shout out. Happy
Good
New Year.
job, Claudia. Did you go out for New Year's? Did you do anything? Yeah.
Well, I brought my wife out for dinner, and she had salmon. I had some stuffed shrimp. It was great.
Claudia went for
La
the
Lupa.
stuffed
Phil
shrimp.
knows La Lupa. You know
La
about
Lupa.
La Lupa with Arturo.
Lupa.
We got some good food out here in Connecticut, guys. Everybody got.
Oh, I can't
out to
wait.
Connecticut. Me and Phil will take you out. We got
Big
good
Steve, Chris Zorich, Cool Kennedy, Alex Acevedo on fucking Angelo's moped. Got to get everybody out here. Cherie, Steph's getting your hoodie. You're keeping it 100, blinged up hoodie. Got to get you out here, Cherie.
Yeah.
We're gonna do everything. Give you the pizza, La Lupa, stuffed shrimp. What's the go-to, Shayne, for New Year's? Is it like
New Year's Day is black eyed peas and greens and cornbread, but New Year's Eve. That's all supposed to be
Southern.
like,
That's no Southern.
Yeah, we do the European thing here because of
So New Year's Eve European thing or New Year's Day?
You just randomly take over your neighbor's house?
Yeah. Exactly.
Good.
Yeah. No, I mean, she's got these, I actually could post a picture of it. She does these like little, you're talking about food, right? Just like these little sandwich things that, you know, kind of like finger food type deal, and we drink.
Leading up to, you don't have a big dinner like that?
No, we were very low key, reserved this year. We spent the day, New Year's Eve day. We were in the city, kind of just hanging out with the kids all day. We went out to
New Year's Day is like always feels like a down trip.
Yeah, does well because you
like
know
it's
you're
over.
heading back to work and shit like
it's
that.
all done. But New Year's Eve is more excitement to the meal. Like Claudio had stuffed shrimp. She had a big steak. Sirloin you went with or ribeye?
Sirloin.
How do you get your steak done?
Oh my God.
Medium.
Okay, I can deal with medium.
Good, because you would have been kicked out.
My wife will go medium well. I go,
no.
What is that? Right.
I had to break my mom from doing well done. I'm like, that's burnt. Stop.
Cars is very
That drives
picky.
me
Cars, do you
crazy.
eat? Well, how do you do your steak?
Medium rare.
Oh, good,
Oh,
man.
good.
I was
You're
worried
in.
there for a second that you'd be. Oh,
No,
well
you've
done.
missed some of my arguments with people on Twitter where I call them basically serial killers if you do medium well. But that's the way I view that. That's un-American. That's completely un-American.
Angela.
I got one shout out. I have to shout out.
Go ahead.
Lord Cars.
Lord
Lord
Don't
Cars.
encourage it.
I just found out about this.
Don't encourage it, please.
I don't know if you saw it.
It's right there. It's official. Look, his name says Lord Cars.
When we got home
Yeah,
from
explain,
Florida,
explain.
when I got home from Florida yesterday, my daughter likes to do a little artwork, and she drew on a note, "I love you, Lord Dad," and it was done. It was absolutely done. I'm in. It is stuck, and it's we're just rolling with it.
Well,
It's a good
I
name
love
to
it.
have.
Cars, do you have a shout out?
Really, I want to thank my in-laws for putting up with 4 additional people in their house for over a week, so we could spend time with them. So it was very nice to be able to get away and not actually do any work for a while. So that's my shout out.
Did you do anything special for New Year's? Do you have a dinner?
So we went to. My wife has 2 friends that are both doctors, which is awfully humbling. And we went out for hibachi on New Year's Eve with the kids and both sets of
nice.
grandparents. So it was.
Sake. They squirt the
His
Scotch
daughter
sake
did.
in them.
Yeah, my daughter. They did lemonade for my daughter,
Nice.
and she. We call it the birth of Keg Stan Karstensen happened that night because she was going for about 30 seconds, and I'm terrified of what that's going to look like down the line. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Who doesn't love hibachi and watching someone cook food in front of you?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of hibachi.
Onions on fire.
I feel
Yep.
like going to hibachi. The volcano.
Oh yeah.
The little guy that pees. Is it the peer one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So did you catch the shrimp, Cars? Or is it?
It was actually broccoli that the guy
they were
flipped.
keeping you on. When you're
Yeah,
the good
and
one, they're giving you shrimp. At the
Mhm.
bad ones, they're throwing veggies at you.
Yeah. Although the steak was amazing, so I
Was
can't
it?
complain
Was
too
it?
much. Yeah.
It was a fillet, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I like that, Cars. Shayne Marsaw.
Keep it simple.
Shout outs.
Gonna shout out my kids. Love them to death. Emmy found out that she can laugh yesterday, so I was actually trying to
Discovered
upload it.
her laugh.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
happy
it was
One of the
70th
best
birthday
sounds.
to Emmy.
Yeah. That's gotta
Yep.
be one of the best sounds.
I was
honestly.
actually trying to load up a video to share with you guys. But yeah, she turned 7 months on the 3rd.
Oh my
so
God,
yeah,
7 months.
It's going
I'm thinking
fast.
her
but
birthday already happened. Shirley
no,
got me confused.
No,
7
she's a
months
June
old.
baby,
I
sorry.
Yep. So yeah, I was trying to flip that around so I could play it for you. Maybe I can get it loaded up during your shout out. But no.
Yeah. Bring it in.
Her and Riley, they're just, every day they're obviously everything that Riley went through, he's thriving. His hair's coming back in completely and he's doing great in school. And it seems like we discover something new with Emmy every single day. So I'm blessed that way, to have 2 great kids that I love to be around and, love to wake up to each and every day. It is a lot of hard work, especially with my daughter. She can be a gigantic pain in the ass sometimes, but I wouldn't trade her in for the world. So shout out to those 2. You gotta, stop and smell the roses sometimes. And that's what we did last week. Spent some time in the city with the kids, just kind of put the phone away and just chilled out and breathed a little bit. So enjoyed it. But Emmy and Riley, I love you guys. Nice.
Well said, man. Did you do anything special? You just had the sandwich foods. Kind of asked you, right?
Yeah, we just kind of we hung. Yeah, we went out to eat. New Year's
where'd
Eve
you go?
day.
Day. You go the next day. Okay.
No, New Year's Eve day. We were, like I said, we were in the city.
Oh, that day.
Every place was packed. We actually just walked in the Cheesecake Factory and had a couple drinks. And
geez, that line is fucking long.
Yeah, that was about the
shit.
shortest line was Cheesecake Factory.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, it was still.
That's
ridiculous.
Good food there, bro.
Every time you go, it's like an hour wait minimum.
Exactly.
But every place else was, it was crazy. But no, we had a great day.
Glad you did. Like I said, Happy New Year to every one of you guys. I thank you guys for jumping on tonight on the Best Bears podcast show on the planet, because we're more than a podcast. We're actually live here talking. Some of you are listening on the podcast version, but here we are on the show talking, breaking down film. Become a patron to tapeneverlies.com. Truly helps us out. All the shows we'll be breaking down Giants, Bears, and some of those defensive performances by Trevis Gibson and Tonga, and who the hell else they were playing out there. Obviously, Robert Quinn. That'll be this Saturday. Obviously, the tape will come out this week as well. You heard our new song. We'll end the show with that. POP. Performance Over Politics. Been our anthem here all season long and for many years before. My shout outs are going to be quick tonight. First of all, everybody in the chat right now has to hit the like button. Smash the fucking like button. Exactly, Tom. Smash the like button. Let everybody know about this show, about the network. We're going to be breaking this stuff down. I want to shout out Jim Larison, Shayne Marsaw, Chris Jackal, Cherie, Chris Zorich, Claudio. I said Jackal. I'll say him again. I wish him all the best tomorrow, Chris, on your surgery. All jokes aside, I'll be praying for you. I want to shout out Bullets, Cam, listening in on the show. We started that GoFundMe for Cam, this network did, and Cam, just if you're tuning in now, is actually listening and interacting in the chat, and that says a lot about this network. We take a lot of shit and people steal a lot of our shit, and it fires me and Shayne up. But at the end of the day, how many people, how many lives, as my wife would say, shout out to her, have we touched with either laughter or debate, comedy, music, whatever it is? That's what we try to do and strive to do here. I want to shout out my boy, Cool Kennedy, for his work and his production on the Performance Over Politics song. I want to shout out my guy Ron G, who produced the X's with the O's promo. You gotta love that. Jason Onstad, I see him in the chat. I want to shout out Mike Tenerelli for everything he did tonight. Stayed on the show all night. My guy Corey Kennedy, this dude is making photos for me. Corey has his own business. I was trying to shout it out, give him a plug here. Restore, CAC Pictures, Glamour, and Restoration. Follow Corey Kennedy. You can find him. He's in the Keepin It 100 Facebook group. If you have any pictures or whatever, shout out Corey. I'm not just giving him a plug. He's a great human being and a big fan. My guy Vito. My guy, I saw Anthony Walker earlier. Bob Loblaw. Even though Bob's always giving me shit, I love Bob. Prince Curry. Corn Planter as Matt Karstensen. Of course, Matthew Karstensen. Alex Acevedo. Caden Whitlow. Always busting his ass, producing the Open. Shayne, was the Open audio a little low again? Because when me and him tested it, it sounded fine. So we got to up it.
I got that. I got to brag about my kid one more time. I got that video loaded up.
Go ahead.
So
Let's
you guys
bring
can
it
sit
up.
back and listen to my daughter.
Angela. Got to shout her out.
My daughter discovering her laugh, and it just makes me happy to watch it. You get it. It puts a smile. If that doesn't put a smile on your face, fuck out.
So who was making her laugh? What were they doing?
It's got to be
Riley. Yeah, Riley was there.
Riley.
He was doing a little
Like
peekaboo
peekaboo?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Nice.
Maybe you should get your kids some sheets for their bed. Jeez,
no, that was
man.
That was
Come on.
that's Riley's. That was in Riley's
new
room.
mattress.
That was his. We just got we got a new bed, and holy fucker, bed's ridiculously expensive now. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Well, he got on our mattress, and then he got jealous and pissed off, and he wanted a new memory foam mattress. So that was literally me undoing it and putting it in there and letting it expand, and we threw the baby on there, and then all laughing, into
No, we're very economical, my family.
What kind of mattress do you think he
Angelo? Give me some fucking names. Give this kid 2 fucking games. Give me some fucking names.
Whatever
Give
the
this
hourly,
kid 2 fucking games? Give me some fucking names.
That man is sleeping on any hotel that's got an hourly rate.
Whatever mattress,
bed
it's
right
soiled. It's very soiled. Whatever mattress is soiled.
Jamari Riddick, Joseph Walker. I've seen you guys be very active. My guy Funkster Jones. Where's he at tonight? I saw him earlier. I know he's always supporting us. And my last shout out is Brendan Livingston.
You see,
there's Funkster.
Yeah, Funkster
is
got Facebook issues.
Listen,
It seems like I get a new account from him every
is the
week.
coolest man on earth.
He is
right there.
Pure bliss. Pure bliss. Tell him. No, my guy Brandon Livingston, always standing up for TTNL. Like I see him fight off blog boys and narratives. I love that. And he'll give us, I like credit where credit is due. Thunder Girl, congratulations on the new house. Donnie McKendry is a new guy. I see him coming on each and every week. Mikel Williams is in here tonight. Some people make their night. Josh E. Shayne, you wanted to talk to Josh about his performance. It wasn't up to par with.
No.
Give this fucking guy tickets to the game.
You know how I feel about stats.
And
we got him. He sends us one video of Allen,
One
the guy that we've been
video.
trashing, Allen Robinson. Hey Rob, am I gonna see you back here next week or next year, Chicago? Essentially,
Phil, you okay?
You better not be drinking one of Claudio's cherry Coke Zeros over there.
Thank God it's a regular.
We're
Coke
all
Zero.
about accountability here. And I said
All
to Phil, I'm
about
like, did you get the
accountability.
video from Josh E? He sent us what Phil was like before the game. He's like, I don't give a fuck what the score is. You get the Nagy chant going, everything.
What
And
did Josh E? do?
Nope.
Didn't do it. He didn't do it, Cars. He's
Hey,
right
hey,
there.
Rob, brother, am I gonna see you next year?
He
Chicago,
calls
brother?
A-Rob. Why not David Montgomery?
Love you, boo. I'm pretty sure I heard
Peter
one of
Iceland.
Awful. Just awful.
We need the video. Could we pull it up to end the show, Shayne? So start loading it. Guys, another great show. I want to thank Mike Tenerelli again and all you fans that continue to overwhelm us with your support. Even those of you trying to cheat the system, like Jesse Dom, to try to get easy access to Patreon. However you're doing, we still appreciate the love and support. Keep it 100. We'll be back on Bears Hour Live this Sunday. Maybe there'll be news right afterwards, breaking that down. Become a patron. Do it all. Love you guys. Keep it 100. Next week, we will have a special surprise guest coming on. Maybe to talk about the new coach, the new situation. So with that being said, we're going to leave you with our new original song, and then we'll come back. Hopefully you stay around and see Josh E's terrible performance. Here's a performance over politics, though.
P.O.P. hold it down.
It's performance over politics. Performance over politics. Performance over politics. It's P.O.P. Performance over politics. DDP said fuck a cap and arena tricks. We trying to build a dynasty out of heap of shit. McCaskey money rolling in, but that don't mean shit to die-hard fans. No matter where they move the stadium in Chicagoland, you can't escape the aftermath. You can't win no stats and blog boy math. The battle starts in the trenches. You can't fix Nagy's offense with 35 wrenches. Up in the nosebleeds, you smell the play called stenches. It's Lecce Fields, drop jewels like Osco. Tell Virginia sell the team wholesale, Costco. Performance over politics. Performance over politics.
P.O.P. Pop that ass and play the best. You can have a ton of stats, but still be winless. Nagy's still in this. Millhouse influence. McDonald's is hiring. McCaskey's grimace. Zero accountability. The wise cause regression. Performance is the plaza. The Bears stay at the West End. Guessing. Competition bringing out the best in. Anything you do but pace Bears vain obsession. Wrong personnel. This team never play the best. Performance over politics, the bare opposite. Virginia still smiling, Millhouse praising culture. George talking leaders, reading script on his Osa. Where the vote is paid, hiding behind the wise.
Performance over politics.
Performance over politics.
Performance over politics.
Where the vote is paid, hiding behind the wise. Mom, I love you. P.O.P. hold it down. Right these out good pills for a baby for life. Where the vote is paid, hiding behind the wise.
Performance over politics.
Ryan and Matt are men of character. They are both, like Ted, outstanding leaders. I've been most impressed with how well they collaborate.
Oh, yeah, they collaborate. Do we have that, Josh E?
No, it's too it's too long. So yeah,
it's
but
too long.
Just know that it was an epic failure.
Josh E, gotta step it up next time, man.
These guys will tell you the best abilities is availability.
Just know that Joshy ended his video with, "Where's Cody Parkey at? You need Cody Parkey at video?"
I'm a pretty good source.
Fucking Mitchko. Joshy from TTNL. What's up, dude?